Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Baldwin gives hits a ride. Right center is in a two-homer night. Yes, it is. 3-run bomb here in the 6th for Drake.
And Davis maybe having his best day in a while at the plate. Yeah, he got one out of here. Henry Davis with the home run. Attaboy, Henry, 2-run shot, 7-0 Buccos.
Ornelas down the line, but he's ahead of it. So close. What a catch out there, by the way.
To left field and gone. Randy Arozarena put the Mariners on the board.
Play clock winding down, looking left, throwing left, and that ball is intercepted. A great play by the fourth-year safety at a USC.
So 1st and goal, and an easy route to the end zone for the first touchdown for Shunderic Powell.
They gotta learn on the job here.
McCord throwing, and got picked off. On the deflection, that ball is intercepted. And how about this? Joe Giles Harris still on his feet, and he's going all the way in.
Good morning. Welcome into Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't love my volume, so let's see. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Is that better?
It must have been in your headset because you sounded good to me.
No, that's a first.
You always sound good to me, DB.
Oh, here we go. I feel it's a setup.
No, never.
It's awful early to be kind. Is it because I said I liked your haircut?
It is, yeah. No, I'm in a good mood this morning.
Okay.
I'm in a good mood. I can't be in a good mood at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean,
what is it? What is it? Preseason football? Bad baseball?
No, you know you want to know what it is so much worse. You're gonna make fun of me.
Okay.
It's
that makes today different.
You know what it is?
What?
My guy, Ben Shelton, won his first ATP Masters
it's very
1,000 title.
It's very weird. You went to bed like a.
I was excited for him.
A lucky charm.
Feel like he's trying to put it together a little bit. I was watching him over the course of the last couple tournaments. He's starting to figure some things out.
I don't know.
Right ahead of the U.S. Open. I like it.
So, wasn't it in the group text I was telling you he could be a thorn for the matchup after?
Yeah.
And he inevitably got dusted off. I was like, hey, way to represent, Shelton. I was pumped. I was looking for a guy to be able to knock off your guy.
Well, yeah,
who's not really your guy.
No,
you hate that guy.
I don't like Center at all.
But I was like,
I do like Shelton. I like the way
I was cheering for you.
I like the way he carries himself. He seems to enjoy the game. Like, I like it.
And young Padawan Jacob Padilla,
yeah,
chiming in about American men's tennis. I go, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't know Padilla was a tennis guy until a few months ago.
Yeah,
until the French, I think.
Yeah. And then he went into, what do you say? He got it from his dad?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was a big Agassi guy growing up, I think.
Yeah, that's why I ride with JP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, there's a couple
lots
of
reasons.
But
you're both basketball sickos.
Yeah. He's a funny dude. Funny dude. I planned on now I gotta figure out where I can hide tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wanted to go down to practice, but I'm 99.99% sure it's going to be closed. And what you don't want to do is be the guy that asks for a solid and it's too early and you want it back. So this,
you don't want to waste it,
or ask for too many in a row.
Gotcha. Yeah,
looked at last week, right?
Sure.
I'm not going back to that well.
Be like, hey, can you? Hook
not doing it.
You hook a brother up. No.
I don't even really know how to. Yeah, my delivery is super piss poor.
I feel like are you like a dance around it guy? Or,
so
or you
no, that's
rip the Band-Aid guy.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
listen. I didn't know if you were different in that scenario than you are with me sometimes. No. There's a chance you hold the Nebraska coaching staff in higher regard than you do your co-host. There's a chance that's a reality.
I feel like. And I feel like we're just getting started, so I need to probably keep the profile down a little bit. I had an official.
A little incognito.
Yes, incognito for sure. I had an official.
See, I can't say that, but I'll let you,
text me yesterday.
Yeah. High school, college.
He does both.
Okay. A lot of them do.
Yeah, and yeah, they do. I gotta read this to you, because this is exactly how he would talk to you. He goes, first of all, he's asking about an update, health update.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, cool, icebreaker. He means well.
Yeah.
So I responded. He's like, hope all is well. Hit me with this one. Hey, I did have a question for you. ... I'm like, fudge. What we got? How are you basically the only one with their name showing on the walls at Hawks?
It's funny because you were paranoid about this when it went up. That's why it's funny.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was going to use the word insecure, but I didn't want to put that on you.
I'm like, listen, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I've been dodging that for weeks. I got no idea. I'm back. We're back on non-speaking terms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the way out.
So we're going. Yeah. So I'm not asking for much of anything. I gotta chill.
I would be like, hey, my name's on your walls. Let me in.
No. No. No.
That's the difference between you and me, though. I'd be like, listen, if I'm good enough to be on the walls, I'm good enough to be on that practice.
Like your girl, Belinda Carlisle. Ain't that right, Shane?
Yeah, I like her.
Our lips are sealed.
I was thinking heaven's a place on earth.
Isn't she Total Eclipse of the Heart, too?
That's
No.
Bonnie Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh.
I almost said rate. That isn't it.
Bonnie Tyler, not Belinda Carlisle. All right. Fair enough.
Belinda was with the Go-Go's.
Yeah. That's the sealed lips lady, right?
Like Wake Me Up Before You Go?
No, that's
Wham. Wow. You pretty much suck.
No, come on. That's rude. It's too early for that.
So anyway.
You doing all right?
No. So I stayed preoccupied. So I looked last night I follow a lot of food review guys on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking for a place to spend about 3 hours sitting.
Okay.
In the morning to occupy my mind.
Sure.
I'm back on the buffet thing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. When were you off of the buffet thing? Was there an incident?
When I caved.
Oh.
When I thought I was hungry and settled all the things I could have eaten, your boy settled for Casey's breakfast pizza.
Oh, yeah. You told me that.
I fell victim to the app, though.
You usually can resist.
I know.
You usually have the willpower, but you hadn't eaten in like 48 hours at that point. So
and it was getting late, right? I panicked.
Yeah.
I thought about it too long. I thought about it for 48 hours.
You pulled the trigger and just like, shoot.
Haven't you ever done that? Like you process through something for a certain amount of time, and then when it comes down to it, I choked.
You kind of panic a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, well,
not usually with food, because
I'm like Micah can eat it in the morning. He's got a quick turnaround.
So did you get a whole one?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Remember I told you made
yeah, because you left it out on the counter for a couple days. As it was not on the counter for a couple days.
We don't have to tell that story.
Was it not on the counter for a couple days?
I got it Tuesday night.
Okay.
I think Micah finished it yesterday.
Tuesday, Wednesday. I won't count Tuesday because you said night. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, 2 days. I'm gonna call it 2 days.
Yeah, and he's fine. He woke up like a chimp.
Never went
going to driving school this morning.
Never went in the fridge.
Not once.
Okay.
Were you worried about the eggs?
The eggs, the sauce, the meat. Pick one. Just whatever.
I hate how you put it that way, but then I don't want to hear TK's mouth. It's like, well, the guy has a big old bullseye on his head and then wonders why he's a target. I'm like, TK, that's a little strong.
Will say with the level of processing in those ingredients, you're probably more okay with that than other stuff.
Yeah, but
just, because if you're talking,
it's made fresh.
They make it. No, I get they make it fresh, but I mean, I'm guessing they use some sort of like a powdered egg or something to do their stuff.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
I would probably. So I would do it different than they do. I wouldn't use scrambled eggs. I just crack the yolks.
Oh, and almost have it be like the sauce.
Yeah,
that would be interesting because they do like a cheese sauce, right?
Yeah, you can do cheese sauce. You can do
the cheese sauce is pretty good.
You can do sausage gravy.
I'll say some people use a gravy for a breakfast pizza sauce, which I'm also a fan of. The cheese sauce is pretty good, but I'm guessing that's pretty processed. So you're probably safe there. And then in general, any kind of sausage, like a cured meat, is going to be fairly processed. You're probably okay.
Yeah.
Out of the options of the things I've heard you leave out, that's one of the least offensive.
It wasn't shrimp.
Yeah, shrimp is pretty egregious.
Yeah. But guess what? I've
you know how bad it is to leave shrimp out?
I was just getting ready to say I feel a lecture coming.
No, I just want to give an example, not a lecture.
Okay.
I'm trying to help.
No,
DB.
you're not. No,
I'm
you're
trying to help.
Because you didn't have to mention that I had left out the pizza.
I
feel like it just gave yourself your own runway.
Shrimp is so bad to leave out.
Yeah.
That God actually told the Israelites in the Bible not to eat it because it was going to kill them.
That's a great pull.
That's a real
that is a great pull.
Leviticus exists because they couldn't refrigerate shrimp.
Yeah.
And you're just out here living Old Testament style, out on your own, just Gentiles wandering in the wilderness.
Although I moved towards the next covenant. I'm out of the first. I'm no longer an eye for an eye guy.
I understand.
I am a turn the cheek guy.
I understand that. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat shrimp. I'm saying contextually, the reason they were told not to eat shrimp is because too many of them were dying because you couldn't properly store it.
Do you want me to really throw you for a loop?
I'm ready for it.
So the coaches get together was Thursday night?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah.
No, because you didn't do anything yesterday, did you?
Last week.
Oh, last week. Okay.
And so Coach Williams had the shrimps on a skewer, and I told you I put them in the fridge the next morning before work. Before I came here, I used them. I used those same shrimp. I cut them up super duper fine, and I put them in homemade Chinese on
like a stir fry
Sunday because I didn't want anything really in my system.
Yeah,
2 days before, and it was just fine. And I said, "Hey, Breeze, I did this separate in this pan. Do you want to try it?" He's like, "Yeah." So I let him. See, he won't let me eat off his plate. He took a spoon, swiped it. He's like, "It's pretty good." He got up and got some more, and he's safe. Safe as a kid. And I did not refrigerate that shrimp overnight, but it was grilled, so it held in the microbials and bacteria and any other floaties.
Not how that works.
And I put it in a sweet little Tupperware deal.
I mean, I'm glad Breeze didn't get sick. I like Micah. I'm not trying to get him sick here, especially because of your decision making. But
and we rock together. Like, he makes sure that we don't have leftovers. There's a notification that goes off every Sunday. Clean the fridge. He's around, no problem.
So he's the one that he just eats it.
He can eat leftovers for a long time.
I'll eat leftovers for a week, but I also follow proper food storage methods.
I'm better. I'm significantly better.
That's good. I'm glad it's getting better.
Yeah.
Progress, baby steps.
Just trying to explain that yesterday, man. I'm trying to, I'm not a big rear view mirror guy.
Just move forward. Just keep on pushing.
Keep it pushing. So I'm better. I'm better today with it than I was 3 weeks ago.
That's good. I appreciate that. We're trying to get you a little further. We're trying to get you all the way there.
I don't know if I don't know who has.
You're like Bon Jovi right now. You're halfway there. You're living on a prayer.
That is Bon Jovi, right? I get all those.
Oh, I know that one's Bon Jovi.
Dude, the 90s gets a little blurry with all those guys.
80s.
Well, whenever.
I'm just saying, living on a prayer is 80s. He was into the 90s.
That's correct. From the Slippery When Wet album, 86 or 87.
But it can't tell me how to find official trailers.
Apparently that was an important album for good Shano over there.
It was one of the first albums I bought.
Really? Like legit vinyl? Well, I guess that's all they had. Right?
Well,
no, they had cassettes.
It was cassette tape.
I'll say 86 had been a cassette, right?
Yeah.
When was okay? This is my ignorance here. When did 8-tracks fall?
The last vehicle I could remember having an 8-track. My dad had was it a Delta? No, it was a Buick. It was a big
powder blue thing.
Delta Dawn.
And it had 8-track capabilities.
Do you remember like what year that was?
So probably like late 70s.
He gave my sister. Tracy drove. Do you remember Elite Ford? Is it Ford that made the Elites?
That sounds right.
It had an 8-track in it.
Jason, yes. Shane is old enough to have been buying things in the 80s.
JG?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane, we're almost the exact same age.
Yeah. I think people don't know how old Shane is.
Because he's got the height of a 12-year-old?
I was going to say he's got a youthful appearance, but sure.
No, there's nothing young about his face.
I was trying to be nice.
No.
I was trying not to just throw him under the bus because, you see him walking around. He looks like a kid.
I had a neighbor tell me the other day, they were like, what the hell? I thought you were like 35.
Are these the cool neighbors?
The cool neighbors, no.
Okay. Are they still cooking for you?
Sometimes.
That's kind.
Yeah.
Maybe they feel
they actually thought I was 35 too. So everybody around there thinks I'm like 35.
Yeah, I think that's more your stature.
Yeah,
not that you look all weathered and grizzly, but there is quite a bit of gray. But you probably don't let anybody get that close to you, do you? They have to look at you from afar?
Yeah, just from afar.
It's the youthful exuberance.
Well, you get near him and he does this.
He's like, whoa.
Like you're going to touch his face or something.
Whoa.
No, Shane, you're good.
He just blows his puff of smoke in his face. You're like, hey, get away from me.
Yeah, exactly. Did you watch any football last night?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Are you happy with it? Are you a preseason guy? Don't you make fun of me for NBA Summer League?
No, I like NBA Summer League.
Okay.
I was actually going to ask you this question about how you process preseason football because I was curious about it because I usually have it on. I'm kind of floating in and out of how much I'm paying attention to it, especially after the first half. But I like that there's football on. I just don't know. I don't feel like I get a lot out of it, both in entertainment and in information. And so I don't really know what to do with it sometimes. It's kind of just, for me, it's just like, man, we're almost there.
Well, you do know the guy that I told you, and I'm wrong about the comp, but not right about his prowess.
Okay. Wrong about his prowess.
But not wrong about his prowess. I told you Wester was Colorado's best receiver.
Yeah.
This was.
Yeah, you did.
This was with Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
and I still think he's a better receiver than Hunter.
Yeah.
Not going to be I don't know. I'm not even going to parse through that. It's too drawn out, but dude is good.
Yeah.
I can look at that and I can say, oh yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now he's a $112. But when you're quick as a hiccup and you're not getting touched,
you weigh whatever you want.
Yeah, wait.
If nobody touches you, you can weigh whatever you want.
Listen, he's nice.
Yeah.
And
it's not like Dante Hall was a big fella.
Man, I'm down at the base. I had to shed a little tear.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, man, are any lights on? That breeze come down. Dad, what's wrong? The Ravens are gonna be good. And that roster's so deep. Oh, the Ravens are gonna be good. He's like, hey man, I just want to shower. Is that cool? No, man, go ahead. I'll be all right.
They're gonna be pretty good.
Again, don't need it. Don't need it.
My bad.
Don't. I don't need you to remind me that the Ravens are gonna be good.
Can I ask you a question though? I don't know if
you want two other takeaways that I think are gonna hold true even though it's preseason.
Rico, I don't know if you're in the chat yet, but if you got the Anthony Richardson video,
Colts
get ready for it.
Colts still can't stop the run.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are still going to be bad on defense.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not great.
I don't care if they're trotting out no teamers, first teamers, 22nd teamers,
any teamers. They don't have any guys.
No, and it's just hard to get stops, man.
Mm-hmm.
It is hard to get stops. I'm like, what are the Colts doing with their run fits?
And you're probably gonna have a really hard time. I mean, if you're the Bengals, you're going to have a hard time getting a repeat Joe Burrow of last year.
How about how they just trotted that dude out there for multiple series?
Out of their minds.
And listen, for you degenerates out there, the line ballooned.
Yeah.
It went plus to minus.
Yeah.
6 or something maybe.
I don't understand.
I'm like, who's doing this in preseason? Oh yeah. Burrow, Chase, first teamers out just trotting out there for the old Bengals, and they didn't cover.
I don't understand people that bet on preseason.
It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous.
That's how I know gambling addiction's a real thing.
Yeah, but they're people that they'll cap it.
Yeah, I don't.
And tell you they're really good. There's this guy on TikTok that I like because he first got my attention because I'm like, that takes some serious stones to talk that slow and that long into your phone. And so I watched him a couple times, and he just popped up on my algorithm. But he can cap just about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, couple of preseason NFL plays on my card. Talks really shit. You know what he's really good at is golf.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There's certain things that I have a really hard time understanding how people cap.
Yeah.
One of them is, I mean, I sort of get it with golf, but like when we talked to our guy Big A, Anthony Stabile,
yeah,
horse racing baffles me.
I talked to him Monday. He's
Did you?
Checking in. Yeah, he's just a good-natured dude.
I like him. I like Anthony a lot.
So I talk about Heath, our guy that we're doing as a dealership that we're doing the.
Yeah, with Edwards.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be out here out at.
Yeah, he's coming today. They're coming today.
Yeah.
He's bringing Terry, who's equally as funny, and make no mistake, she runs the show.
Did your kids play ball together?
Yeah.
Which one?
Owen and Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so Owen was home.
sidetrack.
He was home before he went back to London. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Heath and Big A have very similar personalities.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, they're like, you're gonna think, oh, you're kind of the same person.
Oh, I'm gonna like Heath then.
Dude, he's hilarious.
I love Big A.
Funny.
Speaking of Big A, okay, so he's all, you know how he's always talking about like his Michael Jordan on his roster or whatever. Did you see what the Bulls are doing?
Yeah, the throwbacks with the stripes.
Dude, those are
ugly.
No, come on. DB, don't do this to me.
Okay, sorry.
What are we talking about?
They're
here?
ugly.
Oh my god.
So I got a Carolina fan that I talked
God.
to, and their baseball team rocks the dark look with the lighter pinstripes. I don't like the look.
Oh, I love that look.
I think it sucks. It reminds me of some 1920s zoot suit. You know what zoot suit? Yeah, you know fashion.
I like that.
It reminds me of like a zoot suit.
You know why I'm laughing?
All you're missing is like the top hat,
the fedora.
Yeah,
yeah. You know why I'm laughing?
No, I'm out on that
because I like the zoot suit look too.
Weird. That's it gives me those vibes. It's ugly.
I love it. Honestly, my hot take here. That might be one of my favorite uniforms of all time. The black with the red pinstripes that they wore in '96.
Trash.
I love those things.
It's total trash.
Well, I'm upset now.
I'm
upset.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's go back.
Let's
go back to Anthony Richardson. Austin's got the video for me, so we'll switch.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, so I wanted to see this because we were having this.
It gives me the willies just to think about.
We were having this talk in the group chat yesterday. You, me, Dean Marinas, and Padilla. Go ahead and run it again there. There we go. And I'm curious because so when a lot of people see this happen,
can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Suave, do you have the ability to run that any slower? Pause right there. I just want to tell you something real quick. This is why you don't want to watch games with me.
Mm-hmm.
So the protection is going to slide left.
So this is what I was going to ask about, right?
Okay. You got a free runner. Here he comes. H-back picks him up. Back cannot be in the route. He runs by a free runner hitter. I bet you $1,000 with Richardson looking left for quick game.
Yeah.
He wants to throw the speed out.
Yeah.
I bet you that back, his first responsibility is protection. He runs by a free defender, and all of a sudden you get boop.
So here's my question.
Which, by the way, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I just have to get this out because I'm excited.
Go for it.
We need to make this part of what we do. If we have the capability to upload film and run it like this, we'll never get through a show after Husker game days. We will never get through a show. We'll take 3 plays, we'll do this, and we'll be here all day. Yeah. It's really good, Rico. So I'm guessing he's talented. So he's probably listening as I'm talking.
This is Austin. It's Austin this morning.
Well, good. Well, hey, either one.
Yeah.
I like options. So, Austin, yay or nay, you're running the film just based on how I'm talking, right? So if I talk slow, he'll go slow. If I talking about – that's pretty good feel. Like guys in the truck aren't even that good to do that for a living. That's pretty good, AJ.
Yeah, that's a yay. So
that is really good. So if we can do that, all we need now is to be able to add like lighted circles.
So we have that ability. We were doing when Rico was crossing off the names.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was doing that in real time with an iPad. So we have that, especially when we get. Spoiler alert: we're building a new studio. When we build the new studio,
are we going on the second floor?
Yeah. It's nice. It's gonna be nice.
Like Luca.
Second floor?
My name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
I don't know that one.
I live upstairs from you.
Is that a little kid
song? I think you've seen me before.
You don't want to know that one.
If you feel something late at night. You've never heard that song? Now, is that 80s?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely 80s.
That's like Thompson
86, 87.
That's like, isn't it My Name?
My Name is Earl?
No, it's My Name is Luca. She lives on the second floor.
Yeah.
She lives upstairs from you.
Yeah, I think you've seen me before. Yeah, that's a song. It's great. It was a hit.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, yeah, let's go to the dentist.
You're like bopping?
No. I wasn't a bopper.
Now you're vibing.
Probably 9, and I was like, can you get this pick out of my hair?
But yeah, I think we're gonna have a setup so we can.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So you can draw.
So that'll make our Sundays at the establishment.
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
We're gonna do little breakdowns. I think it's gonna be good.
KB gonna be with me?
I think so.
I don't want any more smart people. That's it. Keep that thing to a minimum.
But yeah, it's so let me ask you this about the Anthony Richardson play, because this was the debate that we were having. You were sitting out, which is fine, because I mean, it's like, okay.
Again, I was traumatized by what I was seeing.
No, that's fine. I also sometimes you need to let people try and work through the problem before the guy with the who knows the answer comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like you were allowing us to kind of talk through it a little bit.
Yeah.
But so here's my question on that. When the protection slides left, clearly the back thought he was on a route.
Mm-hmm. He probably has a choice route. It's probably tagged.
So here's my question. Is that on Richardson
it's on the back.
Okay. So when he sees a free rusher, he's supposed to bail on the route.
So I'm speculating.
Okay.
But why, unless Richardson is a ding-dong and he wants to use, because sometimes you can flare a back and he's your outlet.
He's like, you're hot
right now.
Yeah.
Right. But Richardson is looking left.
Right.
So
correct. Not right. Correct.
So if it's quick,
yes,
and he's going to use the dump off,
mm-hmm.
which sometimes you do. Sometimes you just lob it over a blitzer's head, right? Mm-hmm. He's looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
So one of the two things is he either doesn't understand his protection and he's looking the wrong way. But if they're moving left and he's looking left, I'm guessing the back is in the wrong.
So let me ask this question: is there a possibility that Richardson didn't identify the blitzer and didn't adjust the pickup?
It depends on who it's up to. If it's up to the quarterback
mm-hmm.
to set the protection and he's in sync with his line, because
mm-hmm.
sometimes you'll hear two calls.
Yeah.
Sometimes line will do their thing. Quarterback knows it.
Yeah.
He may just tell the back.
Okay.
Or like what we would do.
Like he'll just turn to him and be like, hey, pick up here.
What we would do is we'd make the designation. You hear the line call. Quarterback makes the designation.
Mm-hmm.
We make the line call. Back adjust.
Okay.
Now, everybody does it different.
So depending on whose responsibility is in that system, it either could have been Richardson missed the blitzer, didn't adjust the call to the back.
Yeah.
After we had set up that the line was shifting left for the throw to the left,
yeah.
Or depending on how Shane Steichen does it, it could have been, hey, the back has to identify that on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no way for us to know whose fault it is. That was really my question.
So
at the end of the day.
I feel like you're asking me that question because you want to be right.
No, I'm genuinely curious because I don't know.
I think it's on the back.
Okay.
I'm watching the other 11 guys.
Yeah. Line shifting to the left.
Oh, the other 10.
Anthony Richardson
is looking left.
You've got a speed route on the left.
And that back, just think, that route by that back with what's going on
mm-hmm.
does you no good unless it's a right now.
Yeah, unless it's the high route.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question, because there's also a tight end on that side in that situation.
Correct.
What's his response?
Can you grab me pull that up again real quick, AJ?
Is there any
pre-snap?
What's the response? Because the tight end's right there on the end of the line.
Yeah.
What's his responsibility here with that blitzer?
Let it roll about a full second here, AJ. So right now, I know. So see this right tackle? See him pass set?
Yep.
He's got a fan inside out. So right now, you see the second level defender that's on about the 37-yard line. Looks as though he's going to come.
Yep.
Right tackle's got to post and sit.
Okay. So he's got to stay inside.
He's got inside first.
Yeah.
Tight end, you can tag him.
If you're the right tackle, you can tag him and say stay in.
He'd be part of the protection. That's why tight ends work like linemen.
Okay.
But clearly he's out on the route.
And it doesn't look like he got tagged.
No. Clearly he's out on the route.
So
which further lets me know
that's on the back.
It's on the back.
So if you're a tight end, typically you don't have the same option to stay in on your own and pick up a blitzer.
No, it's predetermined.
Okay.
It's predetermined.
But with the back, sometimes that is a live call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's the part I didn't know.
Oh yeah, because we're so bad at it sometimes where if we're in like our edge guys, if we play teams with a tight end and they go out on a route, it almost catches our guys in a 9 off. It catches them off guard that they're free to rush the passer.
Gotcha.
Because it almost never happens at the high school level.
Yeah.
Tight ends that are inline guys typically stay in to block.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in a spread set. Now, if it's more condensed,
then maybe
they'll get out.
But
we'll treat them accordingly.
You've got 2 wide and a slot, and then you've got
an inline tight end.
Yeah. That guy stays in 90% of the time.
Yeah, because you want protection.
Yeah.
You usually don't. NFL is different. General rule of thumb: you don't see 5 out in a route very often.
Yeah.
Somebody's staying in.
So
somebody's staying in.
Austin asked a question here, and so does Todd.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
So Todd and Austin both asked questions here that I think are interesting. He says the line slides left, but it didn't look like the left tackle had anybody to block. Is there a chance that they slid the wrong way in protection?
Could be.
And then that would make sense why the back just ran right by that guy.
If that's okay, let's say, because
we don't know what they call it.
I'm not sure which it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why Richardson would be looking left.
Sure. Okay. If he thought, hey, it's a dump off here, he'd be looking right.
Oh, AJ, pull that screen up one more time, pre-snap. Where does it look like your pressure is coming from?
Looks like it's coming from the right.
From the offense's right?
Yes. If I'm Anthony Richardson, it looks like I'm coming from my right.
Yeah. So you may be right.
That they said the wrong way?
Could be.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't think it is because everybody else is on the same. And the way the line moved.
Yeah.
And the way the line moved. Now, pre-snap look, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'd move him. I'd come right.
Yeah.
Because a
lot of times you want to throw to the vacating spot, right? You want to throw to where the blitzer's coming from.
You know what I think you know what I think he's reading?
What's that?
I think he thinks nickel slot, the corner that's over the number 2 to the left, to the offense's left.
The guy that's real close to the line of scrimmage?
I think he thinks he's coming.
Oh, so he thinks the blitz is coming from the left.
I think
he thinks it's a corner blitz.
I think AR thinks that nickel slot is coming with off-ball pressure.
Is it a possibility he just didn't see?
So do you know what I think he wants to do?
What's that?
Okay, this is really good. If you're watching, this is fantastic. The number 2 receiver to Anthony Richardson's left.
Mm-hmm.
See the defender over him? Mm-hmm. That's the guy I'm talking about in the nickel slot. I think he thinks he's coming.
Okay, I could see that.
Okay, he's giving you the look pre-snap now, that he could be coming.
Yeah, he's really close to the line of scrimmage, kind of looking in the backfield.
Number 2 receiver thinks he can run the little speed out.
Yeah, a little quick out. Give him an option.
They got fooled. Look what happens. Roll the clip right before the Malachi crunch on the quarterback, AJ. If you're still with us. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Stop. See, he got fooled.
Because he's looking.
The defender gets underneath to rob out.
And he can't get the ball.
And he can't get the ball out. I think he thinks that defender's coming. He wants to bang number 2 on the little lookout, and he gets fooled because defender's in coverage and not as a blitzer. So that's what I think happens.
So you think he misread where the blitz was coming from.
Yep.
So
you think but I still think it's on the back because you don't know. That's why you set the protection.
Right.
That's why you set the protection, and if you're wrong, you're all wrong. What? Together.
So let me make sure I understand this, right? So you think I'm Anthony Richardson. I'm going to walk through our thought process here. So I'm looking pre-snap. I get my nickel slot there. I think he's coming on a corner blitz.
Do you know why else I think he thinks that?
Why is that?
So the linebacker to the Colts right, Anthony Richardson knows his tight end is in a route. Who's left to cover this tight end?
Is it the guy
that actually came?
Yeah, it's Ajobo, right?
Yeah. So he probably thinks.
What is he thinking about the guy right behind Ajobo at about the 37, that linebacker?
Is he in the mic?
Yeah.
Is he the middle backer? Because
not the middle one, the one right behind.
I think that's who he thinks is going to be responsible for the tight end because your corner's got number 1 out here in the condensed set.
Okay.
I think he thinks this off-ball linebacker has tight end. I don't think he thinks he's coming. But roll clip. Watch what happens. Run it again, AJ.
Does he just not see Ajobo then?
Pause. Mike takes tight end. Strong side linebacker comes. Anthony Richardson may be thinking strong side linebacker's coming.
But he thinks his back's going to pick him up.
Or has tight end. He thinks strong side linebacker has tight end. Mike's just going to be Mike. This is a good look by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Mike takes tight end, hook to curl.
So you think he thinks the Mike is just going to drop into coverage.
Mike does drop into coverage. I think he thinks
he's got tight end.
Listen to what I'm telling you. AJ, back it up. This is why we need bots. Pre-snap, AJ. Pre-snap, babe. Pre-snap.
There we go.
I think he thinks off-ball tight end. Or off-ball linebacker. Has tight end.
Okay.
I think he thinks Mike is too far away from tight end to be a factor.
Okay. So what does he think about Ajobo, though? Right on the edge.
Oh, he's coming. I mean, but you're accounting for the D lineman. You only account for off-ball guys.
Okay, right. But so he's accounting for the D lineman.
Yep.
But he's shifting the line protection to the left.
Because I think he thinks nickel is coming.
Right. But then he is assuming that the back will pick up the extra, not the extra, but the guy that's now left uncovered by the line shift.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm sitting here I'm Anthony Richardson. I see my nickel slot. I go, I think that guy's blitzing.
Right now he's counting with this pre-snap look.
He thinks one extra's coming.
Back up a little bit, AJ. Right now he's counting the guys with the hand in the dirt. That's 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. You have 2 stand-ups.
Yeah, both on the left side.
So he thinks he's got right now, it's 5 for 5.
Gotcha.
The quarterback is thinking, I have 5 for 5. If there's a 6th, either my back has him or I'm throwing a hot. Technically, this is only a +1 pressure. People think when 5 guys come, that's a blitz. It's not.
No, because you're even.
Yeah, so I always say +1, +2. Are you a +1 pressure? Are you +2 pressure?
Because you're not a blitz until it's +2, right?
Yeah, we run an odd front, right? If 2 linebackers come, sure, we may call a blitz, but for offense, it's not a blitz.
Right. Because you're not you haven't overwhelmed their numbers yet.
It only counts if you think you have an overload.
So you have 6.
So it could be 6 + 5. It could be right-left overload. Like I could show you pressure
with 5 guys, but it's overloaded on one side, so it still counts as a blitz.
They'd have to adjust.
So if I'm Anthony Richardson, I'm sitting here, I'm seeing nickel slot. I think that's the guy that's coming.
Yeah.
I see the Mike linebacker in middle of the field. I think he's staying. And then I see the second linebacker on my right side. I think he's taking tight end.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm like, hey, all right, I'm going to shift my protection to the left to make sure that corner's picked up by my left tackle.
Yep.
And I think that I'm okay in that situation.
And he ends up not coming. Roll AJ for about a full 1.5 seconds. A little more. How many actually come?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's why you want the real landing the plane teachable moment.
So you really have 2 guys on the left side that don't block anybody.
Exactly. When Ravens, more experienced quarterback probably isn't fooled.
Right.
A more experienced quarterback probably isn't fooled. But we got to be practical here. This is why defensive coordinators get paid.
Sure.
This is also why you hear Coach Butler and Coach Snow and Coach Williams what's the term they use when they want to be disruptive with the quarterback, but they don't actually come. So he's like, hey, we may show some mugs here where we're up in the line of scrimmage and we bait. Because what you want to do is you want lines to make their calls.
You want to force them into a decision.
Get them out of
their standard.
Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And then you do yours.
Yeah.
Because you know what the call is. What you want to do is
make it look like something else.
Make it confusing.
Yeah.
Make it confusing. One of the main reasons we hung in against Millard South early is because we did things that we hadn't done all year. We would show and go. We'd show and not go.
Yeah.
We'd show one side, then other side would go. Like we were in the bag. We were totally in our bag. And at some point, right, you just got to make plays.
Yeah.
And they did. But I do think this is why, and I was just talking to Lance this morning, this is why when you want to stop the run or you want to get after the passer, you don't always have to do it with how conventional wisdom.
Sure.
There's more than one way to cause confusion.
And you don't even have to necessarily bring extra.
And by showing looks like this, you can create one-on-one matchups.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm playing with two guys head up over the guards, and pre-snap, you may be like, oh my God, why don't they just run it in the A gaps? Like nobody's there. Well, you could move to it, you could play it, or you could have your linebackers show and not go. You can have them show and go. Either way, you want confusion.
Yeah.
So you can dictate who you want free. Just like offenses will motion.
Yeah, you're trying to get a certain matchup.
You want the look.
Yeah.
So that's the game within the game. It's a nice little segment. I kind of like this.
So this is part of the reason, and I'm not obviously putting all this on Anthony Richardson, right?
I think you want to, though.
I don't really want to. It's just I think
it's okay. I'm just messing with you.
Is there do you think a more experienced quarterback would get fooled by that look?
I think it's a tough look.
Okay, fair. No, that's fair.
I think it's a tough look.
I'm asking because I want to know.
AJ, one more time. I hope you guys appreciate this. I'm telling you, this is beautiful. This is why I take what fans say with a grain of salt when we critique what they see.
Because there's a lot of stuff we don't understand.
Because what would happen is we'd get this left tackle. We'd be like, look, man, he doesn't block anybody. He's a stump on a log, right?
And you look at the right tackle maybe and say, oh, he didn't even pick up the guy that was coming off the edge.
Right. Yeah. And we'd have all these hot takes.
This is why I wanted to have this conversation, because I know this not on the right tackle. Out of anybody, I know it's not on him.
This is fantastic because right now, back it up, AJ. Right now, I bet you he's thinking this is going to be quarters coverage. He's got, because we can't see the safety that's deep.
Yeah.
That's the deep right safety. I think he's either thinking, he knows it's not two because those corners are too far off the ball.
Yeah.
He's either thinking quarters or man.
Okay.
So in his head, he's thinking man beater.
Yeah.
Right.
The man beater is the quick out to the left.
What happens is they only bring 4 and they're playing man under.
Yeah. So you got man under with the 4 over top.
Yeah.
So the man beater is not going to work.
They eat it up. They act as though they're going to go. Number 2 gets banged.
Because if he had thrown this ball, it's an interception.
Yeah.
If he had thrown the ball he wanted to throw,
yeah.
It's Shedeur Sanders against Tommy Hill in Lincoln.
Yeah. Look at these two guys play hook to curl inside.
That guy's not open. He's not going to get open.
Yeah. There's no way you think is that 45? There's no way you thinking. There's no way you think he's getting.
So when he's looking right there, leave it right there, Austin. If he's thinking right there, he's like, oh no, I read it wrong.
He knows he's screwed.
Why does he keep staring at it then?
Again,
I'm just asking because if he knows right there, which I think you're right, if everything we've said so far is right, he knows my guy can't do the hook or the curl in because 45's got it. He can't go the quick out because the corner's got it. Why does he why does he stare at it until the play's over?
He's got to get his eyes off of here and think safety valve. So a really good quarterback may come right back to his back. Because if he's counting, I would say I would tell our team, I'm like, look, we're +1 to the 2 receiver side.
Yeah.
What am I saying when I say that?
that means that you've got an extra guy on the left-hand side.
How many defenders do the Ravens have?
On the left-hand side?
Yep.
Coming or just over there in general?
Over there in general.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Just stop there.
Oh, in coverage, yes. 3.
For how many receivers going
2.
out? So he's
got to come off that immediately.
And as a defense, I know I'm good there.
Yeah, you have to.
And I know that pre-snap.
Yes.
Right? I'm like, hey, they're in the middle of the field. If he wants to come left, we're good. Where we want the real confusion is to the right side of the field. Now, look, you're going to bang this tight end who's off the ball with your underneath defender. You got a corner that's bailing. You have a safety over the top. You're way good.
The only guys that are open are the back and then this receiver on the bottom of the screen.
But
he'd have to flip his hip and get all the way across the field.
And if you're sliding, would you want this receiver in a longer route or a shorter route?
On the left side or right side?
Right side.
Shorter route.
Shorter route.
Yeah.
That's why offensive coordinators get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
Because you want to build game plans that eliminate confusion. So right now, Holgorsen may be saying, okay, listen, we're getting a lot of these mug looks.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have quick game ready to go, so it's foolproof. Because right now, you got to be thinking, if you assume pressure, ball's coming out what? Longer or slower? Quicker or later? Quicker.
Yeah, if you got pressure, got to get out quick.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how you want your offense built.
Right.
So
you got to give him quick options to get the ball out.
This concept is just too long developing.
If you think you've got pressure coming.
If you think you've got pressure coming.
Which they obviously did because they shifted the line.
Right? It just takes too long.
Now, they were wrong about where it was coming from, but they obviously thought it was pressure.
What really makes this good, even if the number 2 receiver to the left has the quick speed out, he's getting banged by the defender. That's why I always say, hey, reroute. I'm like, I was just joking a couple weeks ago when I was like, hey, we're going to touch number 2s.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to try to impede your progress. So even if you want to run the speed out.
Just miss the timing a little bit.
You know what else could be bad?
What's that?
If I'm number 2 up here up top and I'm running a speed out, why am I stemming him inside?
So you think it was a bad route?
It could be. I'm just telling you.
Possible.
A lot happens that we don't know.
Is it possible he's got a choice route?
Yeah.
And so he thought he played me to the outside, so I need to curl.
Yeah. So if he's on – that's a good call. So if he's on an option route.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's
bleep.
Me.
Bleep. Now he's touching me. I thought he was coming. I can't run the stick route.
Yeah.
It turns into this.
Yeah. But then he doesn't see 45 dropping into coverage to take away that route.
100%.
So
100%.
In that scenario, if I'm Anthony Richardson staring this down, I need to recognize that immediately, get to the other side of the field.
Yeah, where's my quick game?
Yeah.
Where's my
quick game? And his quick game is the back and the receiver at the bottom.
Yep. Could be on AR. And if you're wrong together. But I got to say this, and this is the defensive side of me. I mean, shout out to the look pre-snap.
No, honestly, once we got into it, that's a confusing look.
Yeah, that pre-snap look is pretty silly.
That's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
Austin asked an interesting question.
What AJ say? I can't read.
How does a quarterback recognize a defensive lineman or rush end dropping into coverage instead of coming?
You don't. That's why they started doing it. So if I'm on a dog,
you're counting that guy as coming regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to have base rules because you don't want to overthink it. You can't have contingency plans for everything.
Right.
So you count hands in the dirt.
And you just assume those are coming.
Yeah.
And if they drop, you just have to recognize that there's a guy in your way.
Yeah. Okay. That's where concepts matter. Occasionally you'll see D lines get picks.
Yeah.
And what's the announcer's always going to say?
Oh, he threw it right to him.
Yeah, never saw him.
Yeah.
Of course he didn't, because you're
not counting him as a guy in coverage.
And if you're really good at some of these zone dogs, which is what I call this, because there's no real pressure, but you do get a dog with a guy dropping off.
Yeah.
Is if they're in cover, let's say 3, which is just 3 deep.
Yeah.
You have 2 inside guys playing hook to curl. You have flat defenders playing flats. Quarterbacks know in 3, they know where bodies are.
Yeah.
They know where bodies are supposed to be.
And then they know
cover
where they can
2,
go.
They know where bodies are supposed to be. Hey, I got squatty corners. Safeties are over the top.
Yeah.
Mike's deep hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Willoughby low hole.
Yeah.
They know all those things.
So my open spots are in between the mic and the deep hole, and I can go crossing routes over the middle.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is why you want pre-snap looks. I went into this.
So they don't know what they're looking at.
I went into this long, windy thing about how when Notre Dame was slowing down, or Ohio State and Notre Dame were playing, I'm like, look how late the secondary is rolling into coverage. At the collegiate level, it's darn near impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, Xavier Watts is really, really good.
Yeah.
And you have to have a guy that's that smart. Some of those looks that were so late, are they in 2? Are they in 3? They showed 2, then they would roll down. It's hard.
Yeah.
And so quarterbacks have to be able to see this.
Yeah.
Same as the defense has to know. If you're gonna play D like this, communication is of the utmost.
Yeah.
Because only you know where you have to be.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure everybody else knows where you have to be.
Yeah. And you know where everybody else has to be.
Yeah. Like if I'm a corner and I'm to the field and I'm bringing pressure from the field, I don't want my corner 8-9 yards off the ball. That ball's coming out quick.
Yeah.
Because it's in the quarterback's sight.
Everybody else has to be.
And I'll also say this. Sometimes the free blitzer, now really good. This is what good OCs. Like I would imagine Stafford and some of these guys that are really good, especially against pressure. Coordinators may say, "Hey, free blitzer is on you."
It means you got to get the ball out.
But receivers know, hey, I'm either going to the vacate. You have rules. I'm going to the vacated spot. I'm going where he left. I'm hot.
That's sort of what I wondered about the running back. If he was the hot route because the free blitz, he's like, hey, that free blitzer's coming. But again, then Richardson would have been looking to the right.
Yeah. So did the back look right away?
I thought so.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if we want to stay with this, but I don't. If the back looks, he does.
Yeah.
And he's got the quick route at the bottom. This might be on Richardson.
See, that's kind of what I was wondering because it looked like the back.
I'm looking. First of all, I think the protection should be coming. I get why he said it left, though. I do.
But he was wrong.
He was wrong.
Yeah, okay. But it makes sense. It's an understandable mistake.
I get why he said it left. Here's the thing, though. If you set the protection left, and all the quick game is to the right, why are you looking left? Except for I think he thinks that nickel's coming.
So he misread the defensive pre-snap, which makes sense because they're trying to fool him.
100%.
So he shifts it to the left, and then he goes. It's on him, A, that he misread it, but B, once you misread it, because I'm sure that happens a lot.
I got to know where my quick game is.
To understand, A, where my quick game is, and
B,
as soon as that nickel slot doesn't come, he has to know he screwed it up and flip around, right?
It's a really quick Richard to hit flip, right? Bing, reset, ball comes out.
Because as soon as that corner doesn't.
And they're both ready for the ball, right? That's a great shot right there.
Yeah, leave it right there.
That lets me know
that they knew they were the quick route.
Yeah.
Because my thought is, okay, so even if you get it wrong and you're like, oh no, as soon as that as soon as that nickel slot doesn't come, you have to flip, right?
Yeah. He's got to be coming right
immediately.
Now. But I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it right here.
Yeah.
Once again, this is the difference between a mature, experienced quarterback and not. Richardson will tell you. Steichen will come over and he's gonna say, AR. After we put your hand back together, what'd you see? He's going to say, hey, I saw the mug look up here, up top. I thought I could throw the little speed out right away. I got fooled. Steichen's going to say, okay, let's start here. All the quick routes are to the right. Stay that way. Stay that way. You had the wrong designation.
Yeah.
But I can see why.
Yeah.
Stay with where your protection is. If you slide them right and quick game's right, you're good.
You're fine.
You got a corner. Those corners are bailing.
Yeah, I mean
those are off.
They're playing off. And
those
are
are off ball guys. Yeah. Which,
if you get a dump off, that's free yards.
But let me tell you the real tricky
I know it's
thing.
hard, but it's free yards.
Let me tell you the real tricky thing though.
Yeah.
Why are you reading off ball coverage with your corners if you're assuming pressure's coming? So defensively, it's kind of backwards. If I think the ball's coming out hot,
you want them up the line.
I'd like you a little more snug.
Yeah.
So the whole pre-snap look is fantastic.
But if you're Anthony Richardson and you see, okay, I think this corner's coming, but on this other side, I see that they're off ball. Should that hit in my brain that, oh, maybe they're not bringing extra?
Maybe.
Like maybe that should trigger, hey, if they actually were bringing someone, they're probably playing closer to my guys. Okay. I'm just saying you're not getting that anywhere else. You're not getting any of this anywhere else.
I don't know about that. I'm just telling you, it's tough. It's a tough sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that is a really good pre-snap look. It's really good disguising. And you're banking on the fact you can cause confusion with your quarterback.
Yeah. And listen, I know I don't love Anthony Richardson. I'm not trying to pin it on him. I genuinely am curious because
this is a problem, though. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is a problem. And he's hurt
because of it.
And a lot of it is pre-snap decision making.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Tim Verghese coming up next year on Hurrdat Sports Live.
I'd say it's helping me get to where I want to be as a player. You got those 5 guys that are going out there with the first team, and then you got 2 or 3 more that rotate in, and they're all high-level, high-experienced players. They've seen a lot. They've played against very talented people that are coming here before me, but it's been the difference for me this camp, going up against them, getting to sharpen my edges, sharpen my tools every single day. I'll get the best of them, they get the best of me. I believe Rocco said it the other day, but it's kind of our motto, iron sharpens iron, and it's been a blessing because I was literally just talking to Henry about it in the locker room. I was like, hey, I want to sit down with you and then see what you see when we're out there and it's 3rd and long or whatever, and I'm getting ready to rush. What do you see from me, like stuff I need to work on? And so just hearing that feedback from them, but then also just getting out there and going after it, going after them coming after me every play, it gets you better. Same thing. Same like I said before. Like the guys are learning the plays really fast. Like Cade is coming along. Even though Tyson's hurt, he's learning the plays. He knows what he's doing. Even though he's not playing, he's getting his mental reps. Same thing for Malcolm. So the young guys are coming along. They're going to help us when they come back.
Do you feel the difference with that lost weight? Do you feel quicker, slimmer?
A little bit, yeah. Losing weight is mainly so that I can have more stamina because I was like my stamina was bad when I was real heavy, so that's really the main reason why.
For me, it's been very smooth. I say coming from like the FCS program I did come from, we had a very high level organization, very high level players that ended up making it to the NFL. So transition from there to coming here has been smooth. Just now working against more NFL talent, just being consistent on a day-to-day basis, it's been very smooth.
Why did you pick Nebraska?
I just think the way it was set up, just the way we're set up this year. I know everybody's talking about Coach Rule's, this 3rd year, how everything's major 3rd year. I just think as far as me coming in, making an effect on the defense, everything was just aligned, as well as my coaching staff in my old school, just making Nebraska recommending Nebraska, just putting it in my view. So just all that included, I just felt like this was a nice place for me.
We're in the neighborhood, just down the street. With a wide variety of home equity products, to help you create a relaxing oasis so you can kick back and relax in comfort. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Don't forget, if you're out on the road this morning, get that seatbelt fastened, make it click. It prevents injuries and saves lives. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. I don't know if he's saving any lives, but he is doing the Lord's work. We've got Tim Verghese here from inside Nebraska. What's up, Tim?
Hey, how we doing, guys?
Good. I'm exhausted, man. This is Ravi's segment. We just did a breakdown of why Anthony Richardson has a broken hand, so or finger or whatever that was. But yeah, there's a lot in there. It is football is a very, very difficult sport, and experience definitely helps. Wow,
matters a ton. I mean, it's. I was big. I've got an old Substack story somewhere with my quarterback rankings from that quarterback cycle, and by the end of it, I had Anthony Richardson QB1 because I was like, he's the best athlete to ever play the position. What could go wrong? He hasn't played a whole bunch of football. That was what I was banking on that changing. I was banking on him staying healthier, sticking it out through the season, working behind what I felt was a pretty solid Colts offensive line when he got there. It hasn't happened. He hasn't gotten the reps. I don't know how this gets fixed without reps, and that's a problem because I don't know what the opportunity is to get reps at this point.
On the job training is going to be pretty painful, but I've seen it I mean, I saw it with Sanchez. Snaps definitely matter because it's not just in the last segment further it drives this point home. You need to see multiple things so you can get data in your head. Like, that's really the thing.
You need to build a database.
I want to build a database because a lot of times when I see this is what happens.
You have a reference.
You have a frame of reference for frequency. And I think it's not so much getting the actual reps. That's always going to help. But sometimes it's just seeing it.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be able to see it and you can get tendencies too, right? If they're showing a 6-man pressure, how many times do they actually bring 6? Mm-hmm. Or right. They're showing an overload pressure. What do they like to do out of this look, right? One of the things I think people grew a little leery of with Coach White, correct me if I'm wrong here, TV, is we saw a lot of that same overload blitz look on certain tendencies with rundowns. And I think, you 2 to the top, free rusher, stand-up guy, wide 9. Mm-hmm. Like, it got real rhythmic with stuff like that. And I think part of the reason that Coach Rule – and listen, again, zero disrespect to Coach White because he's really, really good at his job. But when he says it's year 3, Butler – he's got a chance to be able to do more with more experience. That's got to be a lot of what he's talking about, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a lot of just giving multiple looks. And I mean, again, from the sounds of it and from
what they want to do,
what we've seen too, they're going to play all kinds of different positions this year. And you're going to see all kinds of different looks. You're going to see a lot of dime. You're going to see a lot of nickel, different types of nickel, more of what would look like a, kind of a penny front. Or like a 4-2-5 front. I think you're going to see some of that. You're going to see some more of like a 3-3-5 look as well. I think you're going to see a bunch up there. I think you're going to see some traditional 3-4 as well. So, yeah, I just think there's going to be a lot of different looks. And I also, like you said, there was times where they'd line up and you're like, okay, yeah, that's where the blitz is coming from. I think there's going to be times where it's like, okay, they're sending Deshaun Singleton and Sierra, or okay, wait, hold on. Vincent Savers just dropped back. Nope, now he's green dog. It's just going to be stuff like that. It's going to come from different places, maybe than it did last year. I think that's where I'm at with what I expect out of this defense.
And it gives you a really good idea, or at least a frame of reference, when Coach Rule says things like, when we were in Vegas for our sit down, he told Kyle, he said, I think Coach Holgerson's done a good job of we set a few protections and with what we want our backs and our O-line to do, and we're just going to go with it, right? Because you can totally outthink yourself too in terms of concepts and how you want to manage pre-snap looks. Like if you keep it simple and just think inside out or outside, whatever your rules are, big on big, whatever your rules are, and you can master that, what you try to do is not have the pre-snap looks always matter either. Because what an O-line guy is going to say? Just follow your rules. Right. Covered, uncovered, inside out. Like they'll dumb it down to that because that's just going to be how they're trained. And you just hope that everybody executes. You talked about that space between a stimulus and a response.
Yeah.
Like you just hope that everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. And that's the goal. And I think that's just the general goal of the Dana Holgorsen offenses is just like shortening, like you said, that response time, like making sure everyone's on the same page and just like, hey, listen, as the year goes on, we've run this concept so many times in practice in the season. You know exactly what Dylan's going to do offensive line. And as a receiving core, you know exactly what Dylan's going to do and how long exactly you have to get to the end of your route or get to where you need to be. That's, I think, just the general goal while doing it on multiple formations and, kind of presenting a bunch of different looks, but running generally the same stuff.
Tim, how much do you think when, we're talking about identifying pre-snap stuff on defense and what you're doing as an offense to kind of combat that, how much of it do you think, is there a difference mentally as I'm thinking about Dana Holgorsen talking about, hey, make the routine plays over and over and over again and just make those automatic? Like, do you think there's a mentality difference between trying to identify where the defense is trying to hurt you versus identifying what they're leaving open? Or is it kind of one and the same?
Well, they kind of go hand in hand. If I think you're playing 2,
I
know where I should go with the ball. If I think you're playing 3, I think the QBs know where they want to go with the ball. What you're trying to do is cause confusion, right? Or have guess wrong. That's right. Is that
right? Yeah. Like I think that's what we're going to see maybe a lot. And that's, I think, something, in this conversation we had to start and where we're at now. Like, I think that's just part of, I think what some defensive coordinators are going to have to account for with Dylan is a lot of the stuff he did even last year and going into this year is not normal. The control he has at the line of scrimmage, the checks he's calling, like signaling protection, calling his own protection, changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Like, there are guys that aren't supposed to be. Guys aren't supposed to be doing that as freshmen and aren't supposed to be really doing that as sophomores. Like that, you're supposed to start putting that onto them as sophomores. Not, he's starting to really master it now after a full year of doing it. That's not where he's supposed to be.
So, and it's interesting too, because we got so mad TV last year about some of those built-in concepts that we saw over and over. But sometimes that's what you have to do with a young quarterback and a relatively young offense when you have, we saw those little, why do we keep throwing it out there to Fedoni on the little RPO looks and the screen game? And it's like, it was a built-in piece to keep you safe regardless of what happens. It just wasn't yielding enough productivity because we couldn't run after the catch really. But my point is that's why you have those built-in concepts in, because they'll work. I mean, the only reason the curl flat concept even works is because it's if then. If they do this, then you do this. Now, football has obviously changed, right? Where you get choice routes and option routes, and that's where you see those really refined offenses, unless you're just clearly better than people. But I just think sometimes we have to be okay with snapping it again. Right.
Yeah. And I think I think something people are just going to have to get, especially with Dana Holgorsen calling the shots now, you're just going to have to get used to that. If there's something that's working, they're going to call it again and again and again and again. Like, and you're going to see, maybe repetitive play calls, maybe stuff that feels repetitive. If it's routine, if it's creating explosive plays, if it's creating chunk plays, they're going to keep running it. I do think there's going to be something that I think defenses in general are going to account for this year is, especially the ones that are seeing Dylan again, is make him confused. Last year you gave him a lot to digest. You gave him a lot pre-snap. There's going to be some disguise coverages. I think he's going to, they're going to challenge Dylan differently this year than they did last year, where last year was like, okay, force him to make a bad play, force him to force a throw somewhere. I think this year it's going to be less about that because I do think he's going to be generally more composed and a little safer with the football. This year it's about disguising coverages and making him throw where he doesn't want to throw.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that too is we saw times where it worked masterfully, right? Where he'd take the play clock down to just get into the exact right run play. Or I think one of the things I'll be curious to look at is how much talking to individual players does he have to do pre-snap? It happened quite a bit last year where it was, I felt like, is he telling somebody what to do or is this part of the communication strategy? Because once you set the protection and you get your look as an OC, you'd like your quarterback just to be able to roll, right? You don't really want to have to tell your back to move or to be giving specific instruction to individual players. If they can limit that in year 2, that even furthers the growth and expedites the processing of a real-time play too, just by simply having everybody knowing what they're doing.
Right. I feel like that's something
obvious, but I mean,
yeah, I feel like that's something that I've kind of just dismissed as like, oh, that's going to be better this year. That's just something that Dana Holgorsen, that's like a little thing that Dana Holgorsen's come in and made more efficient, like already.
Tim, this is a really kind of tangentially related to what we're talking about here, and it's kind of a small thing, but at the open practice last weekend, we were talking about offensive line and shifting your coverage, your protections and things like that, and DB's talking about, okay, well, at a certain point, you just want to keep it simple and stick to your rules, right? And one of those rules is inside out because you want the quarterback to be able to climb the pocket. I feel like that's not something Dylan did super well last year necessarily. Felt like he bailed out to the sides too frequently. There was one thing that I was super encouraged by in the open practice. There was a time where the blitzes or the rushers started coming around the outside, and he immediately started climbing the pocket, and he did so like quickly and with purpose. How much do you think, like, it's one play, right? And it's one play in one practice, but how much do you think, like, his physical fitness and his growth as a quarterback is going to help in those types of situations?
I'm just going to say this real quick, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you.
Go ahead.
I think climbing the pocket for quarterbacks in general, and in particular young quarterbacks, is the most difficult thing they have to do. Don't ever take stepping up. It's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Don't ever take guys that can climb. I thought it's part of Breeze's brilliance. We can talk a lot about what he knew with Peyton's offense, but for a little guy to have the faith to get up into the pocket and know where to go with the football was a beautiful thing for him that he mastered forever. Climbing the pocket is very difficult, in my opinion, because it's unnatural.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw that from because that's just a thing that young quarterbacks do, and no, I think the goal for Dylan this offseason wasn't to like really get faster or anything. I think it was just to get more explosive, like those little moments of short in the short area. Hey, defensive ends bearing down, let me step up real quick, and I can actually get out of the way. I think that was the goal this offseason, and again from the glimpses we've seen in these practices and in the offseason and stuff, yeah, he does look a little more explosive, in the short area. We'll have to see it, kind of in fruition. But yeah, I mean, I think everything around him is in a better place than it was last year. I think I maybe the offensive line's a wait and see offensive tackle situation specifically, just because you kind of knew who, even with the injuries last year, you kind of knew who the guys were, and this year it is kind of still like a battle that's getting figured out, but everything around him is better. The operation around him is more efficient, and yeah, he's done the work to his body. He's got a supporting cast now. He kind of knows going into the year it's not all on him like maybe he might have thought at times going into last year. Now Emmett Johnson is your go-to number one back. You have a number one receiver. You have an established tight end room. You have weapons around you, and okay, if it comes down to it, I don't need to be the one that needs to win the game for Nebraska here. We can rely on Emmett. We can rely on Mekhi Nelson. I can just dump it off and have my guys create after the catch because I trust him so much. I think all of that will make him, if he takes that next step, it's because of all of those things on top of the work that he's done to himself.
when you're taking a look at conversely, if iron does sharpen iron, and I loved, Saturday they got a ton of sparks, right? Because that happens when iron sharpens iron. Defensively, the cat and mouse game in terms of where guys need to be, if in fact they do want to be multiple TV, that can only help, right? I mean, if you're going against an offense that's highly predicated on matchups and being kind of formulaic, defensively, it forces you to be self-aware, to know where you're good and where you're vulnerable too, which is, I think 90% of a pre-snap look is knowing where you're vulnerable.
Yeah, I think what makes Nebraska, like when I evaluate this team and, the challenges they present other teams, but on the flip side of it, kind of what they'll have to account for with each team, maybe compared to years past when, watching this team and trying to, kind of break down this team, this year feels like they're so versatile at wide receiver and DB this year, where like, okay, yeah, like you said, they're challenging each other in practice, but also, now, Dana Holgorsen, the offensive guys, they have a feel for what kind of DBs are going to give them trouble. On the flip side of it, the DBs have an idea of what type of receivers give specific, DBs trouble. Like, okay, hey, Nebraska's got USC coming to town and there's some big bodies on the outside. Who needs to be out there for Nebraska? We know now because, hey, who are the guys that held up against Quinn Clark and Jeremiah Jones and Dane Key and Isaiah Hunter? Who are those guys? Okay, well, those guys probably need to be out there against Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon in that USC room. Like, I think depending on the room and depending on the type of match.
Lemon working out of the slot is terrifying.
Terrifying.
Like,
yeah.
That dude is so good.
Yeah. That's like that. I think Nebraska is going to have better answers for specific matchups because of what they've been able to do offensively and defensively this year. The type of bodies they have, the type of versatility they have. I mean, they can go in so many different, you literally, you can pick your body type, whoever you are. You can throw a random DBs coach into Nebraska's DB room now and say, okay, hey, what do you like? We have those body types here. Whatever you like, we have it. That Nebraska has. They've got the bigger bodies, the Donovan Joneses. They've got the smaller slider bodies, but with the length. They've got everything you want when you're building out a DB room. Now it's just on kind of the coaching staff to kind of put together who makes sense for specific matchups, who makes sense in specific personnel.
Tim, I know it's been almost a full week now, but it's the first time we've talked to you since the open practice. Just general thoughts of what stuck out to you, if anybody individually stuck out, or if something really caught your eye.
Yeah, I mean, I continue to just be intrigued by the D line. Like, again, I think there's a lot of potential in that room and a lot of there's a lot of boom bust here, but I continue to feel better about that room. I think a big eye-opening thing for me, all of those weren't videoed, but we were all there for it. Just the runs inside, I think the 30-yard line where they were just splitting carries between Emmett Johnson, Isaiah Mosey, and Mekhi Nelson and a few others. Just how many times I think Nelson had a really good practice, and I do think I'm a lot more confident at this point of fall camp in Nebraska's running back depth, regardless of the health of Quentin Knox. He's been banged up. We haven't seen him in a week or so. Even if he's kind of in and out, I just kind of feel better about the room with Emmett, Mekhi Nelson, Isaiah Mosey, Kenneth Williams, and whoever else, Connor Booth, whoever else is in that room, whoever can provide snaps. I feel better about the room now than I did coming into camp. And then, yeah, I mean, outside of that, I just think, again, the how versatile the DB room is. I just continue to be impressed by that. There's so many bodies in there. We talked so much about just the number of guys in there.
They're gonna need
how different everyone looks and how many different answers they have for different things, and how many names we just don't talk enough about, the Justin Retts and the Jameer Khans that are going to contribute probably a good bit for Nebraska this fall.
With pre-snap looks and versatility, do you look at kind of the amount of bodies they have as a plus, or it's not really a negative, but the more variables you introduce in terms of capabilities, you better really, really be good at teaching, or have guys have zeroed in on their defined roles. How soon before you think experience catches up with Nebraska where they can benefit from both?
I mean, I think it depends on your belief in the coaching staff and their ability to put guys in the right positions. I mean, I've had that internal debate myself all offseason, I feel like, where, okay, hey, it's the first third and medium. Nebraska needs to stop. They need to gain some momentum. They need to stop. And it's like, hey, we're going nickel. We're going 3-3-5. We're going nickel. Hey, we want to be in man. Okay, do we rely maybe on the, and again, just throwing a name, but do we rely maybe on the experience of Malcolm Hartzog out there when it's a true man situation and a pass first situation? Or do we maybe rely on the potential and the ball skills of a Amari Sanders or, a Larry Tarver or, like a Donovan Jones? Like I'm just curious when that situation comes up, who does Nebraska throw out there? Does it come back to bite them? Our defense is going to be able to isolate that. I think that there's this, which we saw last year. I don't think you're going to see this year. There were times last year where an offense, we saw Illinois with Tommy Hill early on before Tommy got benched. And there was another game, I think USC, or there was another game where they were picking on a specific DB. I don't think you're going to see that this year. If someone's getting picked on, they're going to get pulled within 3 snaps, like just because there's enough depth behind them to be like, okay, you're not working out, like we're going to try something else. But does Nebraska get burned a whole lot by like just getting picked on by someone 3 plays in a row and then they get burnt or then they get rotated out? Or does Nebraska have the right guys in position where that's not even a question? Like no one is really getting burnt or really isolated or picked on in that sense.
Yeah, I'm listening, and I love the fact that Coach Rule has reiterated, and he said, then reiterated on multiple occasions, just worry about getting better, becoming a better football player, doing what you're asked day to day. We'll figure out where you're going to play, right? So you started the answer by talking about trust and belief in the development, but part of it is it's on the players too, where if you just stay dialed into the task at hand, they'll figure out
where to put you.
Yeah. If I'm not saying just because he says it will happen, but if that premise is permeated throughout the coaching staff, it encourages you to go to work every day, right? Something I don't think should be lost in that, TV, is Butler also reiterated it. Hey, how many guys can you play? Well, we'll play all the good ones.
Yeah.
Right? The message is the same, even though they're saying it differently. I think it encourages competition because you think you're always in the hunt.
You always got a shot.
If I do what I'm told, because that's what they keep telling me. Now, if they go back on it, that's a whole nother problem.
Or they don't follow through, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I think the consistency of the message. You hear Coach Holgerson, hey, if a guy can't, nothing drives me crazy more than if a guy can't get lined up right, or the more
go kick my guy in the butt if he, whatever.
The more the consistency of the message is communicated, the more I think players will respond to the competition. I said this to Ravi TV yesterday. I said real detachment, like I'm out. I'm moving away from that, whether you quit or it's a relationship or whatever. It doesn't come from anger. It doesn't come from being like you're mad. Real detachment comes from clarity. When it's like, yep, he said that. I'm either capable of doing it or I'm not. Mm-hmm. Like that's real detachment happens from clarity, not out of anger.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, no, and yeah, you're right. Like I kind of, and like you said, like it's not, the thing is, it's not just them saying it. I mean, we've been in practice. Everyone's getting reps, like, and it's like, even though they're not doing what they did last year in spring, where it's like, they're rotating across 3 fields and there's all this, everyone's getting reps. Everyone's getting coached through. Like I spent a lot of time around the DBs on Saturday and like Indy specifically. And it's Addison Williams and it's, John Butler's rotating in there as well. And it's Phil Snow. And they're all harping on guys that are like, pretty deep in the, like, hey, like, it's Derek Branch getting yelled. It's like, I don't know how much we're going to see Derek Branch, in the starting rotation or in the rotation itself in the secondary. We're probably going to be seeing more on special teams, but he's getting coached up just like he has an opportunity to play, which, maybe he does, and so that's where
you can't assume everybody stays healthy, right?
Right. And you're also instilling that belief in everybody. And also, again, like you said, you never know what's going to happen. So you want everybody to be prepared. The worst thing you want, which Nebraska ran into last year, they've run into years before. The worst thing you want to run into is you enter a game day, you're halfway through a game, someone gets hurt, another person goes down, you're left on your third guy, and you don't really know if you can trust him out there because he's never seen those type of reps. Those guys have all seen those type of reps now. They have the kind of depth where they can go 3 deep at any position in the secondary and feel pretty comfortable about the guy that's out there.
It's interesting that you use Branch. I look at it as being encouraged, right? Because I think he's a really bright guy.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I just think
it's in addition to, not in contrast to. With a guy like Branch who's pretty savvy, he's really smart. I don't know how many available rovers they have at their disposal after Deshaun. I like the fact, I'm actually encouraged that he is continually getting coached up, because you don't take his brights and his smarts and how he likes to get after it for granted, right? Because we typically, again, whether it's relationships or coach, there's this tendency to neglect the constant. You just assume that it's gonna be okay,
because it's always okay,
and we're always focused on the variables. I like the fact that they're not even making the distinction. You're just getting coached up, right? I think that's pretty important.
Yeah. On that note, I thought something that really stuck out to me was Da'Keil Shorts talking about Ja'Cory Barney's development. So many times when a guy, because he said it as it is. Year one, a guy gets out there and he's doing things, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's kind of relying on athleticism. There's so many times where a guy does that and then makes it to the league and is relatively behind schedule or doesn't really pan out the way, people expected, because he was just relying on athleticism for 3-4 years in college and no one really coached him on the details and no one really worked the fundamentals with him. I think it's really important for Ja'Cory Barney's development, even if it may lead to maybe a slower start to this year, which I don't think that's possible, but I just, putting that out there, even if it may result in him being a little slower to start the year, the focus on his development and making sure he understands the little nuances of the game and the mental side is going to be so much better for him long term, and will be better for him in over the course of the season, where I think he's going to have some opportunities one-on-one against guys, because they're just going to there's defenses as the year goes on that are going to realize physically they need to get their biggest bodies and maybe their most athletic bodies outside on Dane Keen, Isaiah Hunter. And then Ja'Cory's taking the third best DB, which for most teams, he can cook that guy. He can route that guy up.
And to the point, even further than that, if you're coming off some success of a good first year, and it was predicated a lot on athleticism, it does two things. Number one, it encourages you to be a total football player. But 1A is you don't rest on your laurels, because the more competition that comes in, the more I think being an incumbent should drive you to be better.
That's why Cortez Mills is important for Ja'Cory Barney.
Right? It's just more built-in confidence, because I've seen guys get off to good starts early, and it's cool.
It's oh, I made it.
But what happens is other guys run you down. I mean, Coach Holgorsen referenced kind of Isaiah Hunter in addition to Key and Barney, right? If I'm Hunter and I'm listening to Holgorsen, I'm like, hey, man, did you not see me in spring? Okay. If spring wasn't here, I like that he can say those things out loud, and the culture breeds competitiveness, not contempt, right? Where it's I can't believe he said that about me. I'm not going to be a starter. Okay, I'll show you. I
know it's just funny.
That's how it's got to work, man. If you told Mekhi Nelson all offseason he can't play if he can't pass pro, you want him to receive it where, all right,
I'll show you I can pass pro.
All right, I'm about to be Trent Williams out there or whatever, right? It's that, but that's how those are the guys that you want, because the better practice players you have, it raises the floor, the middle comes closer to the top, and the top continues because they don't want to get ran down. That's just how top down works.
Right. Right. And because again, like it is oftentimes because I mean, if it comes down to it, game one, if he wasn't put, I still think there's a chance Ja'Cory Barney is still out there, starting on day one for Nebraska. He's just that talented and that physically gifted. But if you don't push him, he's not going to see the potential he could, and the team's not going to reach the potential they could. So you have to push.
I can see Nebraska being in a lot of 11 personnel. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. No, yeah. He'll be fine. But
I can see them in a ton of 11.
Oh man, and that's again, I think all of that is so important for him because I just think back to again the one that came to mind when I heard that quote from Coach Shorts. I thought a lot about Kadarius Toney and Kyle Pitts at Florida, where it was like, man, they learned nothing across their career beyond what they were physically able to already do. Like there was no further development, and now you're seeing how their NFL careers are going. It's not really living up to the potential. Both those guys are dynamic elite athletes, and there isn't really much of a further ceiling. And again, for some, like Kadarius Toney, you're a gifted enough athlete where your ceiling is still having a meaningful contribution to a Super Bowl win. That's the ceiling. But it could have been so much more if he was a little more dialed into his development. If someone sat him down after his freshman year and was like, okay, hey, here's what you do when you see this. Here's how you react to a DB doing this. Here's what zone looks like versus man. Here's how you settle into soft cut. Like here's how you learn the game. And no one really did that. And so now, kind of he is where he is. And this is where it's at. Like, I think that's really important for Ja'Cory. I think it's really important for this team that, they have the habits that they do. And it's why in June, I kind of harped on it or kind of felt like me and Steve kind of pointed it out a bunch. How close the team is during camp, like during these other camps, like it's for the youth, it's for like the high school kids. And you've got all the O-line there working with them. You've got all the DBs there working with them, all the receivers. You have all these
to the point now where you don't want to be the guy that's not included.
Right. And I just kept thinking, I was like, man, this is so interesting considering all these guys are like battling for reps. Like I asked Andrew Marshall when we talked to him, I was like, what is your just like sense of Ja'Cory Barney right now, considering you're battling with him one-on-one in practice, DB versus receiver, and you're also battling with him for the returner job? Like there has to be some bad blood there. It's like, no, we're all cool. He turns it up for me. We like that speaks a lot for a newcomer like Marshall, again, who by all accounts has been very mature and gone about this the right way. It speaks to the culture that they're able to compete in this way, and there's no real bad blood there.
I'm just telling you, my favorite thing in listening to this, because I think a lot of it is going to be culturally driven as you continue to get better rosters. Having competent coaches on all sides at all times, and I said this in February, it frees Coach Rhule up to inject his personality and his thoughts and his fundamental teachings individually where he sees fit. He can go love on a guy, coach him up, inject some of those ruleisms into his veins, right? About competing or, going through the struggle or see, this is what I'm talking about. Like the more he can do that, and I get it. Oh, DB, you love Coach Rhule. It's not, I just know, I feel like you're going to be better for spending more time with him. That's what I like. So if that's the case, the more that he can do that, the more he can get that team in his emotion or his psychological image. Right. And I think that's what he's after. Right. That's what you want. Your head coach wants. You assume you're the type of leader where you want your team to be like you.
Yeah, you want it to look like you.
I think that's what I'm excited that he gets a chance to do. I know he jokes about used to being a good football coach. The dude's a good football coach.
Yeah. He's one, like, this is the first offseason for me. Again, if you want, this is the first offseason for me of the Rhule era where I felt like every single move they've made, I'm like, yeah, that tracks. That's a culture fit. That's a guy that makes sense. Like every single person they added for the most part. I was like, oh yeah, all of this makes sense. Like the guys that we project to contribute, the Andrew Marshalls, the Dane Keys. It's like, oh yeah, like if you wanted Nebraska to go get some talent and surround them with the right talent, and you told me this is Matt Rhule trying to make the year 3 jump, all of these guys fit that culture. This is the first offseason where it's felt like that. And for the most part, most of the new additions have pretty much like kind of stepped in, been the leaders they've been expected to be, or contributed to the room the way they've been expected to be. And again, everyone seems to be doing the right thing. Rule is a little more free this offseason. Like, yeah, those are like the reasons for like optimism, I think, if you're heading into at this point in fall camp, I think.
I thought it was really telling, Tim, when Coach Rule said earlier this week, he's like, when he was asked about Spindler and Pritchett, I think specifically, and he goes, I wasn't going to go out and get guys that didn't want to practice or didn't want to be at the training table or whatever. I already fixed that problem. Like, I don't know if
what did you hear Pritchett in the spring with Jess?
Yeah.
Where he's like, hey, I'm not knocking Bama, but it's just different here how they all will hold me accountable.
Yeah.
You know, like what he's saying is listen, this fit, it's new for me, but I'm embracing it. It's vastly different than where I came from, where it is truly a for one. It's all for one for all.
Yeah.
Or it better be.
Like no, and it's not a culture problem. It is just kind of like they've had so much talent over the years. The cream just kind of rises to the crop, and they don't really have to. But Bama over the last few years has had this thing where it's like, okay, some of these really physically talented offensive linemen they've had in the program have not reached their potential or reached their ceiling or been able to control their bodies. There just isn't that incentive in the same way maybe there is at Nebraska. That this is something specific about Donovan Raiola that allows them to, kind of keep guys accountable, but also like keep a room tight knit, keep a room together.
I love him.
They honestly, they move around like they're a cult. Like they're all dressed.
No, like that's the best way to describe it. Like
it was intentional, man. Like a lot of those guys, year one gave him pushback on looking the same, shirts like it wasn't always rainbows and butterflies, man. Like that dude, he had to put his DNA all over that thing, man.
They look like clones now.
I'm a huge Donnie. Like it's just hard.
I think he's
hard
one
to get guys to think collectively.
He's one where I think the people that have been around him, like the perception from people that have been around him versus I think the general fan base is vastly different. Like people that have been around him, I think understand the type of coach he is.
How long have I been trying to tell people?
Well, I think I tweeted out, and I'm not going to tell the business, but I'm watching him with Sanders, like one-on-one. I'm like, this dude's incredible. He's just really good at connecting, and the authenticity just oozes, right? And I get it. I think Baker's going to start at Texas. I think Sanders is penciled in to start at Tennessee. Nebraska's.
Oh, hey, he has answered all of the questions at Tennessee so far.
Listen, Donnie's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And yeah, like and like that's the thing. Like I think it naturally just gets like, Donovan Raiola can't win the big one because it's Peyton Baker and David Sanders and Jackson can't.
Those guys are starting at their respective schools.
Yes,
that's like the lineman in the country.
Yeah, yes, and two, obviously that, but two, none of those recruitments come down to this guy was turned off by Donovan Raiola. This guy didn't want to play for Donovan Raiola. It never was
it's basically always Nebraska hadn't won enough yet, right?
Yeah, Nebraska hadn't won enough. Nebraska doesn't have maybe the history of development, but all these guys are fast. Every single guy I talk to is fascinated by Donovan Raiola's coaching style, and they're like, yeah, well, maybe like we tried it. I kind of struggled at it, but I am curious to learn more about it because he's adamant and works, and he can communicate with me that it works. Like he's able to effectively communicate it to like elite offense attack. Like again, I remember having the conversation with Jackson Campbell, being like, yeah, I would be willing to learn it if I came there. Like, again, this is the number one offensive tackle in the country. This guy's he's already signed to Drew Rosenhaus out of high school. Like, this is that type of player. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm willing to completely break down my offensive line, technique and relearn it for this guy. It did obviously happen, but like, that is the extent of which, hey, like Donovan Raiola has the kind of the trust in some of these guys and kind of built that trust and the faith that he has in his own coaching style. Again, like so much of it does come down to that. He's not coaching something because Matt Rule told him to coach it and he's like, okay, I'll do it. Like he's very passionate about it. And I think that passion shines through to recruits and, kind of future players.
That's our guy, Tim Verghese, Inside Nebraska. Great stuff as always, Tim. Appreciate the time. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, TV.
Appreciate you guys.
What did he say on the in Vegas? And he slid it in.
Who, Rule?
Well, he was talking about Donnie in the offensive line, and he's like, "Listen, we have similar philosophies. It's rare that you find a guy where I don't have to reteach what I know it's a little controversial, but and he didn't go into it about the technique. Yeah. But I do think that was something that Coach Rule was extremely intentional about, and he's not going to give himself credit, because he deflects credit and absorbs criticism. But I do think he went out on a limb, because I think when he and Sat went in to talk to Coach Raiola, it wasn't with the intent on retaining him.
I mean, he said as much. He literally said he had no intention of keeping anyone, and the only reason he kept him was they shared philosophy, and he kept showing up to work.
Yeah.
Hey, just keep showing up, right?
100%.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla, Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, you want them to bring out the best in each other, and you want to prepare them for the battles of the season, and if you're not creating that in practice, how can you expect them to perform in matches?
You've had 4 newcomers. How have they been integrated into the team? And that first day, there wasn't a lot of explaining. They seemed to be able to jump into things really quickly.
Well, and that's a hats off to our upperclassmen, that in open gyms that they were showing them some of the drills and terminology, so we didn't have to stop a lot. But also the freshmen and Virginia, who's sort of a freshman, are very talented. So they catch on really, really quickly. So it's been really nice to have that and not feel like you're stopping every 10 minutes to explain a drill, or you're changing practice because you have to explain a drill. So it's been pretty seamless with those 4.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First-Time Home Buyers program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, she's talented beyond her years, and she doesn't look like a freshman, and she's pushed me a lot. She's just, again, we compete every single day, and it's always me against her, because you're obviously not going to have both setters on the same team, but we push each other every day, but we're also each other's biggest supporters, and we know that being a setter at Nebraska is a hard job, and so having someone in your corner 24/7 is just super helpful. And I obviously had that with Kenna, and now I get to have that relationship with Campbell too. So it's been really fun to watch her grow, just defensively, blocking wise, and even her setting has just gotten so much better since she got here. So she's pushing me, and it's been really fun, and it's fun to watch myself grow from it too.
I'm Austin Jacobson, and welcome to the Pinnacle Bank Championship presented by Woodhouse. We're here to hang out and show you everything we've got here at Hole 17 with Hurrdat Sports. And it's not just Hurrdat Sports that's hanging out with us here at Hole 17. We've also got Hurrdat brand goods, where you can get all of the great t-shirts and all the great apparel you're looking for.
Hey, it's Hurrdat brand goods. Surplus. Whatever you need, we got.
Here at the Hurrdat Sports Hole 17 Pavilion, tent, whatever you want to call it, we've got a chance to win $10,000 if someone hits a hole-in-one. The only way to do it is get signed up. Right here at the tent, you can win other giveaway prizes. We've got stress balls, towels, sunglasses. If you see it, you could win it right here with Hurrdat Sports. Now we've seen everything Hurrdat Sports has got for you. Let's head over to the pavilion and see what the great view of hole 17 looks like. I mean, come on. There's no better view in all the Pinnacle Bank Championship than right here. The view is great, but the food and drinks are better. Let's go grab a bite. Another great perk of being at the Hurrdat Sports Pavilion, you get all of these free drinks, free food. Whatever you want, don't need your wallet, just come on down, have a good time, order right here from the experts behind the bar. Hole 17 is the party place here at the Pinnacle Bank Championship because not only do we invite you to get loud, we got the DJ. Let's go see D. Wayne. Last but not least, here at Hole 17, a tradition unlike any other. Birdie beers. Par 3, we're looking for the bird, baby. You get it in 2, everyone celebrates. We'll be here all week. Will you? Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, except for Hole 17 at the Pinnacle Bank Championship with Hurrdat Sports.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Central Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, reminding you, if you've got any auto body repair needs, you got to go see our friends, our favorites over at Dingman's. They're locally and family owned and operated. They have deep roots in the community. They raise their families here. They work here, and they take pride in serving this community. Dingman's been a trusted name in collision repair in Omaha for almost 30 years. And for the last 20 of those, they've been voted first place best of Omaha for auto body repair. Go to dingmans.com to check them out. Get your vehicle in there as soon as possible for any auto body repair needs. Dingmans.com. Bing! Those are your peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good people over
there. I heard that Rod and Darcy made an appearance at open house the other night.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I was not there, but
it's unfortunate. It's all right.
I just asked to make sure everybody's doing okay.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of little girls.
They came. Darcy brought the girls up to a live show once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can imagine. Shoot, I got one of those. They're a problem. They're a problem. Hey, anybody want a refund? Nah, I love my rider. My man DK, he said, hey, please do. He liked the first segment. And he says, please do this during the Husker season. It was pretty awesome, except that I almost went off the road 4 times. I apologize. So I really probably need to do a better job of 2 things.
What's
Actually,
that?
way more, but these 2 in particular.
Sure.
Number 1, understanding supply and demand. Being comfortable with it, because sometimes I think it's too much.
Mm-hmm. People love that.
And sometimes I think people don't want to hear it.
Yeah. That's apparently not accurate based on what our reaction was.
But the other thing is I forget with what we do in media, like our company, probably pretty good at chopping and screwing, right? Like being able to grab stuff, do with it what you will.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's kind of what we do, right?
Yeah.
So I probably should take advantage of that.
Yeah, we can.
Can you imagine how long? Like, just what if we just took 3 plays a game?
And this, honestly, the cool thing about this morning was, like, this was on the fly. Like,
Yeah, I had no idea.
I told,
and I changed my mind.
I told Austin and Rico that I wanted to have the clip.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to show it. I didn't know we were going to do a breakdown of it. Like, that was all on the fly. So shout out to those guys. I know Austin was the one running the
Yeah, I
video
had
there.
to ask him if he was even capable.
Yeah, like, I mean, I honestly didn't know either in terms of, like, doing the slow-mo and stuff.
What if he'd have said no?
We'd be like, all right, I guess we're done.
That'd have been sucky.
That's the cool thing about those guys, though, is they usually find a way.
Yeah.
Right? It's very it's a very Nebraska-esque
you're
vibe
talking about
around here.
How nice they are.
About, like, just, hey, this is what, we talk about this all the time with Coach Rule, where he likes to put his staff in difficult positions. It's like, hey, we got to find a way. We're going to find a way to get it done.
Although, like, Keith, like, some of those guys are a lot more cool than I am. He doesn't say anything, and he kind of just gets the clues.
Mm-hmm.
Rico had to beat me over the head. Look, man. Hey, you got that list in? Hey, you got that graphic in?
Hey, give me the list.
Hey, I need that list.
I need the list for the graphic, man.
And after like the 34th time that I had to send him something, I think I maybe even sent it the night before.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, probably took me a while to figure out you don't like to do this last minute. My bad, Suave. No, my bad.
That's all right. No, I do.
Stop having kids. You'd have more free time.
I do appreciate how good they are at.
Yeah, that was literally on the fly.
Yeah.
Because my initial reaction last night was, oh man, it's got to come out quick. And I knew I didn't love the routes at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
But if that's the way that I figured, well, shoot. If he moves the protection that way, those routes ought to be indicative.
Yeah. They were not.
No.
Yeah. No,
although, listen, again, I'm just giving you all the hypotheticals, right?
Yeah.
So people can do with it what they will. Even though I got the clip from Avery earlier that I watched, Chase Daniel is having a field day with it.
Yeah.
Did not, but I get it because I told you he's tough.
Mm-hmm. He's critical.
It's very interesting that she sent me that clip because I pay. Was that on air or off air? I told you about him. I think it was off because I was watching him on this TV and I go, I said, man, he roasts folks.
He will, yeah. He's not afraid.
For a guy that
a lot of former players won't go there.
Yeah. Although that is kind of why I like Orlovsky, although he's kind of turned into, he puts his cape on a little bit. He saves them.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be saved. Don't look up that song. I'm not going to tell you who sings it. The Abdul Muhammads of the world will know who I'm talking about. It's hard on former players sometimes with current players, but it's E40. It's old. We were in school. And if you ever got referred to that, it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did not want to be that player. And we had a few of them. I know a few of those guys. Yeah, we don't hang out, but I know them. Can't take care of everybody. Anyway, he's very, very smart. I watched he did a breakdown of J.J. McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And the ball coming out and the pulled left arm and young quarterbacks throwing to their left and spot throwing and driving through throws. I was fascinated. And I'm like, okay, it's the good piece of cheese thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I can just get past his delivery, the guts are there. Booger knows what he's doing.
Good bones.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, even on the network, yeah, my man's tough. He keeps it a buck.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I do appreciate, though, I do think some people go overly critical, and that's kind of like their bit. Like, that's how they think they're going to get clicks.
Well, sometimes it's just too low-hanging a fruit.
Yeah, right? Like, if you've got some things you want to be critical of, and it's like legitimate criticism, and like I'm cool with it.
Apparently, Bobby Digital knows what he's talking about. Apparently, everybody does. Sometimes you say things you think you just keep it pushing. Yeah,
just gonna slide on by.
My bad.
Not our group.
Oh, you say T-Mac was said hello this morning.
Yeah, what's up, T-Mac? How we doing?
I saw his boo on television yesterday.
Yeah,
I screenshot it and sent it to him. He's probably like, yeah, I'm familiar. I'm married to her.
I'm aware.
Yeah, but I mean, tit for tat. I mean, he thinks he sent me some things too. It's like, oh, no kidding. You don't say. And then, of course, he's being sarcastic because he kind of knows my tendencies. But
well,
I'm like, and at the end, she's like, go Tigers. The school. She had elementary school.
Okay.
Go Tigers.
I was a Wildcat in elementary school.
Detroit.
I have a heart. You know what? She's so cool with like little kids. And he's like a driver.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how they mesh.
Yeah.
Although she may flip the script when they're like at all their big, because their kids are really good athletes.
Yeah.
And I wonder if she like flips the script.
Yeah.
You know, because the message yesterday for back to school was, hey, you know, it's deeper than just, you know, A's and B's, and we want to build relationships, and we want kids to feel safe and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, ooh, I bet she hated that guy down in Texas with the at Nationals. Or no, maybe he takes over and he's the cool one, and she's tough.
Could be both.
Oh, no, those dynamics are always interesting.
I mean, Coach Rule's both, isn't he?
No, he's a pretty straight shooter. Like,
but he's about the relationship.
Yeah.
He cares about more than the A's and the B's, but he's also going to hold you to a very high standard. You can be both.
Yeah.
There's a duality of man situation going on there.
I rock with Coach Rule.
I have a hard time doing both at the same time, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like I'm good relationally. I feel like I'm good at holding people to a high standard. I'm not good at both at the same time. I actually think that's really hard.
Cody said, Shane, you have to make that. Never mind. Hang on.
He said, good morning, gents. Damon, let's have that coach's convo I sent you the other day.
Coach's convo. What did old wrestling Cody send me? Cody.
You never know. I'm guessing it's something about wrestling.
No, it's not.
Really?
No. I keep telling you, he's way more well-rounded than you think.
I just give him a hard time. You always call him Wrestling Cody.
I know. Oh, so this is interesting. So he said, hey, I'm watching the SEC documentary on Netflix, which a lot of people – have you been watching that?
I haven't yet. I need to catch up.
Okay. So he says, got me thinking, where does Frank Beamer land in the pantheon of coaches? Not including recent guys like Saban and Meyer, just guys we grew up admiring for likability. I think he has to be in the same conversations as Bobby Bowden.
That's absolutely not true.
But I think he's talking about Q rating.
Like likability?
Yeah.
Not like career.
I think it's well received. T.O. at the top, then guys like Bowden, Paterno, Beamer, Fulmer. Next tier being Spurrier. So Spurrier has a championship, correct?
Yes. 96 Florida.
I think so. Here's the thing about Beamer, which I liked. He was very gracious at the bowl game. He's a really good ambassador of VTech. I don't think he won enough big games to be in that category.
He's got, for just what it's worth, he's got 3 Big East titles, 4 ACC titles. That's in 28 years. He's got 7 conference titles, no national championships.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
probably not. I mean, that's why I said he's not even close to Bobby Bowden. Like, he's not in that.
I get into that after Sautter if I don't get into preseason. Because you know what I was thinking after doing that film study?
What's that?
And I said this yesterday in tongue-in-cheek, which is why I brought his pops with me tonight. Best wishes to Sanders, because Cleveland isn't doing him any favors because his coach says a lot of his fellas aren't playing.
Not doing your rookie any favors there.
Yeah, but is everybody else hurt?
I don't know if they're hurt or I don't know. I mean, poverty franchise.
Wow.
That's a poverty franchise.
Just out on Cleveland.
I mean, come on, man. How long has it been?
No, I get it.
Like, that's a poverty franchise.
I get it.
Make sure, not a poverty franchise, Hurrdat Sports. Make sure you come out to Pinnacle Bank Championship presented by Woodhouse. Today, I'll be out there. DB will be out there. Kenny will be out there. The whole Hurrdat Sports crew will be out there as well. Hole 17 is where the party's happening. Make sure you come out there. You can get one of these sweet white-on-white hats from Hurrdat Brand Goods. They are pretty sick. Make sure you come say hi to us. Come visit. Get your tickets at the picklebankchampionship.com. We will be back with Mike Sautter next on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, you want them to bring out the best in each other, and you want to prepare them for the battles of the season, you know, and if you're not creating that in practice, how can you expect them to perform in matches?
You've had 4 newcomers. How have they been integrated into the team? And that first day, there wasn't a lot of explaining. They seemed to be able to jump into things really quickly.
Well, and that's a hats off to, you know, our upperclassmen, that in open gyms that they were showing them some of the drills and terminology, so we didn't have to stop a lot. But also the freshmen and, you know, Virginia, who's sort of a freshman, are very talented. So they catch on really, really quickly. So it's been really nice to have that and not feel like you're stopping every 10 minutes to explain a drill or you're changing practice because you have to explain a drill. So it's been pretty seamless with those 4.
Imagine your first dream home and the feeling of walking inside for the first time. With Centrist Federal Credit Union's First-Time Home Buyers Program, you are at the doorstep of bringing your vision to life. Welcome home. From your neighborhood mortgage experts, Centrist Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, she's talented beyond her years, and she doesn't look like a freshman. And she's pushed me a lot. She's just, again, we compete every single day, and it's always me against her because you're obviously not going to have both setters on the same team. But we push each other every day, but we're also each other's biggest supporters. And we know that being a setter at Nebraska is a hard job, and so having someone in your corner 24/7 is just super helpful. And I obviously had that with Kenna, and now I get to have that relationship with Campbell too. So it's been really fun to watch her grow, just defensively, blocking wise, and even her setting has just gotten so much better since she got here. So she's pushing me, and it's been really fun, and it's fun to watch myself grow from it too.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Mike Sautter.
Yeah.
Mike Sautter.
Oh, man, you're going to put me on the spot.
Mike Sautter.
Welcome back to Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centrist Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, where you can get 75 cents all weekend long, every Saturday and Sunday at either location. Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Make sure you come check it out. Great wings here as well. Another great guest coming up for us now, Mike Sautter from Hurrdat Sports and NEBPreps. What's up, Mike?
I'm a little curious on chopping and screwing. What does that mean?
Like chopped and screwed just means like a lot of times DJs will use it. They'll bit of this, bit of that, sample of this, sample of that. You know, like screwed. Like chop just means you're cutting it up. Screwed means you're putting it together.
It back together with something else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now that's kind of old. I figured that may be a little bit
Might be
more
in your
wheelhouse.
No, yeah, it just was, yeah.
What did I use that in regards to? I had a Will Ferrell blackout moment.
Whoa.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It was,
I just said it.
It was our guys, Austin and Rico, putting the clips
together.
together.
Putting clips together.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Will Ferrell blackout moment is a new one.
You never saw that in Old School?
Oh yeah, I saw Old School. American Pie, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Do you know who has those that you know really well?
Who?
I'm going to say this and move on. Coach Lamanji.
Oh.
My man can like snap and then be cool like 10 minutes later and not remember what he said.
Oh.
Huh. So we just keep it moving.
Keep on pushing.
It's very funny. It's not funny when it happens to you. It's just, you just know it ain't personal.
Yeah.
Do your job.
That's like me. Sometimes I can get.
No, it's always personal with you, Jerome.
No, it's no. Sometimes I can get upset. It's never personal.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it just is. Is.
Are you going out this time a year ago? I think you were coming. I was going. Are you going to PBC?
Yeah, I was there yesterday.
Yeah, how'd you feel about yourself?
I felt fine. I wasn't getting crazy.
You like walking the hills?
Nah, you
have on your comfy shoes?
I just hung out. My job. I just did my job yesterday effectively.
Yeah, so. I feel behind. I think Sash was trying to reach out. I was having a bad couple of days, and I don't have my stuff. So I'm always terrified to just show up and not be. I like to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm already bugging Keith about my parking pass, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't have to get it while I'm there.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little.
It's just, it deters me too. Like sometimes I'll just shut it down. I ain't going. And it could just be a phone call.
Sautter said just call her when you leave the house. She'll get you.
I'm doing too much.
I'm doing too much.
Is that being a baby?
A little bit, yeah.
Hey, the Gotham City Football Club plays tomorrow. So,
are you happy about that?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna play according to Aaron Glenn, one of the New York Jet goats. So,
are you? It's weird with training camp and social media what people pump out, right? Like I use the Vikings as an example. I heard a lot of good about McCarthy. Then I hear, few too many turnovers. And I watch a couple breakdowns from McCarthy, and it's like, oh, is he good again? With the Jets, it appears to be that they're very penalty-ridden. They've had to pull the plug on a practice or two. Are you vibing?
Yeah, I mean, they were one of the most penalized teams in the league last year. So I guess they've had referees at camp every practice. So try and curb some of that. I'm very curious to see how Aaron Rodgers is going to handle Will McDonald, the sack machine, on week 1. Just don't know how that's going to work for him because he can't move very well. So,
okay, all right, it's fine.
And we're just going to run right at TJ Watt because he's just going to burn right by because he's just pass rusher only guy. So,
again, much like Michigan Lance with Michigan and Oklahoma week 2, I've got a very long memory. And while there's a very fine line between keeping receipts and being petty, I do have receipts.
I just hope we don't come out, flaccid or weak and just kind of don't show up.
Flaccid. Okay.
It's too early to be hitting us with the flaccid, Mike. It's too early.
The definition is like being weak or not strong.
Actually, if it was in the morning, it would probably be just the opposite.
It's too early for that.
And it's
just never mind. Jerome.
Yes.
When you're looking at the NFL as a whole, how much do you buy into what you see in the preseason?
Not a lot. Not a lot at all, really. I mean, Joe Burrow playing.
Who is it that never loses? Is it John Harbaugh?
Yeah, it's the Ravens.
I think, the Ravens. And they.
I don't mean never. It used to be never, but I think they have lost.
They lost one last year, I think. But yeah, they almost never lose.
They smacked the Colts last night. That was something. But it doesn't. It doesn't.
Still can't stop the run.
Colts.
It's got to be philosophical.
They don't have a quarterback either, so that doesn't help.
Well, come on down to 17, Daniel Jones, baby.
Good luck with that. I'll take my chances with Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, Taylor's good for a couple wins. That ain't no hill for a climber.
He's good for a lot of turnovers too, and
over time. I mean, there is this thing with overexposure with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you need him for like one game, you can probably be good, but he'll give you 50 rushing yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, and for sure an interception or a fumble.
I hope you
and an injury because I do
get a lot more upset than I do when your team loses in the NFL. And I'm not a guy that will needle you as a friend to a friend when my team loses or vice versa. But I will say be careful with the Steelers because not only do I think they'll be better than the offseason talk, that defense could be elite.
Yeah, I'm. I also
Hayward happy. The back end is versatile. They know people have talked reckless about him. Careful.
For as much crap as I've talked about Aaron Rodgers, he was actually very good at down the stretch last year for the Jets. People just don't talk about it because, all the enigma stuff. But he was actually really good. If you look at his last 5 or 6 games, he was pretty damn good. So, Yeah, if you get that Aaron Rodgers, you're going to be all right.
Up with the typical time frames for that Achilles injury, like it's a 1 year till you can play. It's usually 18 months until you're like fully functional again. So that would up with what we're talking about.
Yeah, he was real. As someone who watches every single New York Jets game, literally every single one, every minute of everyone, no matter the score, situation, doesn't matter. And if there's times where I can't, I'll go back and watch it. He was pretty damn good at the end of the year. So,
all right, the level of excitement compared to is there anybody you just want to be better than?
Oh, Patriots all day, every day. Patriots suck. I hate the Patriots. Fuck the Patriots.
Trouble this year. I think you might be in some trouble this year with that one.
I'm just hoping I get. So there's 2 quarterbacks out of that class I want to get right: Drake May, and of course JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I don't want Drake May to be good at all. I hate the Patriots.
Guys,
you do love JJ McCarthy.
You know what else I want to be right, and I don't know if I'm going to get to see it. I want to be right about Jackson Dart too.
Not this year. I mean, you won't get to see it this year.
Yeah. Because that's a guy I was talking earlier about climbing the pocket who does it naturally.
Yeah.
It's hard. Guys just don't like doing it.
Maybe you'll see Dart at the end of the year because they'll lose enough.
I get it. Sometimes you flush yourself, but stepping up into the pocket is tough.
I mean, it's always complained about with Shador, right? Is he just like kept drifting back? Not to go Chris Berman on you a little.
Overrated. Expectation level, Jerome? Because if you said it, then you may not be as door breaky or.
I don't know, man. Like, I think it's going to be pretty stereotypical Jets, unless they literally just run the shit out of the ball. Just run the ball, like, because they really only have one wide receiver. And that's Garrett Wilson, who's phenomenal. We all know that. I think we all can agree that Garrett Wilson is pretty phenomenal. So you have Josh Reynolds, like, on the other side of the, he's fine, but he's not like, going to change. He's not going to make people not double or at least shade Garrett Wilson. So we need Mason Taylor to be actually pretty good too as a rookie, which I think there's a chance.
Are you all out on Lazard?
I'm not all in.
What about Corley?
Malachi Corley? Yeah, he couldn't see the field last year, so I'm not sure about that. So they drafted him as like gadgety guy. So like I don't see it. But if they have a little bit of that, what the Lions offense was last year, like could he be a little bit of a Amon-Ra St. Brown guy? Maybe. So we'll see if they can use him a bunch of different ways. I'm hoping that that's the case, but I'm just talking about like it's 3rd and 8 and you need a catch. Like who's that guy outside of Garrett Wilson? I don't know if we have one of those.
Yeah, you probably do need Mason Taylor.
Yeah, Mason Taylor's going to have to be good. And he has a high ankle sprain right now, so that's not good. So.
All bias aside with what we think of him just because of his local ties, are you excited for Breece Hall or are you excited for the tandem in the backfield?
I love Breece Hall, big Breece Hall guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for him to show that probably for another team because he's going to be a free agent. I'm excited for him to have a great year because I definitely think he can have a great year. So, but you have Braylon Allen is pretty good. And from the, video you see from camp, he's had a great camp. So we'll see. I mean, you have that 2-headed monster. Then you have Isaiah Davis too, who wasn't a bad back at South Dakota State. And they kept him around. So there's 3 running backs that I think are pretty serviceable there. And Fields' running ability. That's why I said all along, like, just run the freaking option. Who cares? Like, just try something different. I don't know.
Were you impressed with Cam Miller last night? I thought he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. He was good.
Shout out to Piezon.
Yeah, he was good. I would like
wearing his Piezon hoodie today.
Are you a big fish guy?
I'm a big. I like the sweatshirt, so.
Yeah.
Shane likes the free sweatshirt someone gives him.
We did have a really good relationship. We used to have Easton on, not all the time, but
yeah, they've been really good to us.
Yeah, they've been super good to us.
Cole Payton gonna be the guy
if he's healthy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him have a chance.
I actually think they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not going out on a limb, but I'm saying I do think we forgot about them a little with the emergence of SDSU, and then last year happened.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic at the coaches clinic talking about how people make a big deal about who's coaching. He goes, but if you look at this laundry list of national titles, it spans 5 different coaches. So clearly
something else going on.
There's something else going on other than who's at the helm.
The structure up there, it's one, their facility, their new facility is pretty sweet. Indoor, outdoor, practice only facility thing. It's pretty cool. You drive by it, you're like, whoa. And they don't have any tarps over their outdoor practice field or anything. The fence is just open. I'm like, dude, people in Fargo just go watch practice and no one cares. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know what else? What we've seen is, since that part of the previous staff has moved on and they're now down in Fresno, after Coach P took over, isn't it weird how Fresno has continued to recruit the Metro?
Yeah, pretty crazy how that works, right?
Because they're
go to where you're
familiar with the Metro.
Yeah, I mean, same thing happened with Coach Bull when he went to Wyoming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He went over there and was like, oh, hey, there's actually really good players here. Happened when Dan Jackson was out at Vanderbilt for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Still recruiting the Metro. People that's why, I mean, you know this as well as anybody, Mike. That's why I always, I kind of push back when people are like, oh, the talent's not good, that good here, or whatever. It's like, no, people just don't know about it. Anytime somebody knows about it, and I get you're going to have bigger numbers other places and stuff like that, but anytime somebody knows about it, they continue to recruit here. I mean, Frank Solich did the same thing.
Yeah.
Frank Solich went through Ohio, still recruited Nebraska, right? There's a level of respect once you understand what's here that you continue to come back here. It's like he was in Ohio. You don't think they have good football players in Ohio?
Yeah.
Not everybody can go to Ohio State.
Yeah, prime example. Who was the guy that I loved that played at Millard North? He wore a single digit. He was a corner wide receiver, kind of running back. Was it Bass? And Coach Solich recruited him at Ohio to play in the secondary. And I was like, that's totally a coach knowing a particular, because he was familiar with Millard North.
Yeah.
That's a guy that's going to school for next to cheat, right? Casey Sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him coming to get Casey Sales from North, that's a guy that was familiar with what the talent is relative to what he's he knew what he was seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I won a ton of games under him too.
Yeah.
Stye's kid went there too, Bryce.
Yeah. God, he was a big kid.
Well, I mean, a bunch of Millard North kids went up to North Dakota State too. They had a nice run.
Well, they got one. I'll be curious to see Mr. Williams grow his role. Hopefully, grow his role from just returning kicks for touchdowns.
I'm a little surprised he stayed, to be honest.
You thought somebody would come try to pay for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like North Dakota State. Reminds me a lot of Creighton in this regard. The NIL situation, there isn't a lot of guesswork on the back end. You kind of know how it goes. You know what you're capable of. You know what the slot is. And after that, Coach P isn't playing.
Right.
You're free to do whatever after that, and he's going to help you on your way. So I think you have to be very careful, because I think if you the culture is, if you do what you're supposed to do, opportunity will present itself. And he appears to know how to play that game, at least early, right?
Like Marty Brown
situation. It's only been 2023. And you know who was helping Marty through the process? Coach P.
Yeah. That's a great example.
Bit, right? He trusted the feedback that he was getting from Tim.
And you have, locally here, basketball-wise, look at what Omaha did last year. Their two best Omaha men's basketball, their two best players. They could have stayed, but hey, man, you're likely only got one shot in your life to go make the kind of money you're going to go be able to go make. Go do it. And Omaha helped them, J.J. White and Markel Sutton, throughout the process. So, just kind of is what it is. Same thing happened with Frankie Fiddler. Like you just kind of, if you're at that, low mid-major level and you don't understand that, it's going to be real hard for you in the future.
Well, Bobby and I had 1,000 knockdown dragouts about, like the designation of that. Hey, we'll be a guy. If you come, we'll help you get to where you want to be, where there's that fine line between, because as head coaches, it takes some self-awareness to admit some of those things out loud is something else. Yeah. To recruit with that philosophy is another. Yeah. And then to still be good while you're helping other people do their thing is hard. Like,
it's a very JUCO mentality.
But what Crutch is doing seems repeatable.
Right. Like, and I think
he's held firm to his philosophy.
Hey, the dude they got from Long Beach State, like he was just working the elite camp, and him just walking around, you're like, holy crap.
Think he could be a guy?
Yeah. He's 7'1", probably, like a legit 7-foot guy. And I talked to Coach Crutch a little bit. He's like, he's a pro. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, okay, what are we doing here? So, obviously you have that buy-in there. Another guy, Eric Henderson's a guy that, basically started around here with Baylor Sharman was the first one. He's just like, yeah, man, like, want to keep him, but like, we'll help him and wish him well and all that. And there still are, obviously talk a lot and good friends and things. So
let me add something about with the football season coming up, and it's obviously it's a pretty talented year. You think it helps or hurts Coach Jackson, a guy like Coach Jackson at SDSU, school that's had a ton of success, got a national champions. He's a very good recruiter. Does this era of college football help or hurt a guy like Coach Jackson when you think the whole Go Jacks and Nebraska Jacks? I mean, that was a Dan Jackson thing. Do you think he can benefit, or is it going to be tougher?
It'd probably be a little tougher, but there's so many guys. So great example here in familiar, like recent history is Joe Kaliga. Like he got that guy, and that guy had not a lot else.
Yeah.
How? Like, because if you just put the tape on or watch him last year, he's pretty phenomenal for Scott. And now, as a freshman, he's going to see the field probably at South Dakota State. Like, that's pretty cool. So that you trust your eyes in the talent evaluation. And I don't think Dan is going to, he's always been pretty good at that talent evaluation piece.
Yep.
So I think if you have it, you have it. Like it's not going to be real difficult to.
He got Kaliga late.
Yeah. Like I sent a note to Dan about Joe beginning of the week, just asking, like, hey, I'm just curious how he's doing. He said, I think his words were something to the effect of he's a DOG. Yeah. But there was some other color in there that I'll leave for.
Yeah, I almost want to go back to the conversation he had when he first made the pitch, and Kaliga said, "Yeah," and I'll go back, but it's pretty simple. I was like, "Hey, man, you got one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, congrats on that steal, because that dude he's a mother."
Yeah, no, and the thing, he's quiet, right? Like he's not a rah look at me kind of guy like that. And he's just a hard ass working kid that like
he's explosive. He's fast. He high points balls.
Ball skills are incredible.
He's mean. He has great body control. That dude's going to be pretty good.
If he stays healthy and all those things, he's going to be one of those guys where you're like, dude, people missed on him bad, like real bad.
Hey, and I get it, since we have so many acquaintances and even past associates, friends in this, but how'd the whole the Legion deal kind of land with you in the baseball community?
was like, what? Okay, first of all, I was like, what happened? Right? Like, let me.
Hey, if you want to explain it to our listeners, you can.
Yeah. So what happened was, Legion rules have the you can't play in a showcase event or for another team or anyone else or anything else if you're playing in Legion baseball.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to a prep baseball report or perfect game, can't be, showcase deal where you're trying to, get some exposure, right? You can't go to any exposure camp or anything like that. So Lincoln Southwest had a pitcher that did that. And I believe, if I believe this is correct, Papillion La Vista South, they kind of turned them in for that violation of the rules. And then Papio South ended up not being able to play in the regionals because parents probably already had family vacations lined up, I'm guessing, right? Like, because you plan that stuff in advance. And so that put Elkhorn North into the regionals, and they went 0-2, but props to Elkhorn North for going there. So there's a little bit of diciness there, right? Like, it's a little, yes, it's a rule, but I wonder, it's probably a pretty loosely enforced rule, I would think, over the years.
Let me tell you what some of the byproduct of that is. So we had a 90-minute meeting with our, fall sports coaching staffs, and Kirkman was really animate. And I guarantee you, he's buddies with Jeff. Probably came down from NSAA.
Yeah.
And this is for everybody. This is a PSA. Don't assume waivers are going to be signed because athletic directors have had it pumped into them. You better know where your kids are going in season because you will be forfeiting those games. So those volleyball showcases, you just have to be really, really careful, because before, I think people would just sign waivers if it was even brought to their attention and you'd think you were good. But you can do the tryout portion. You just can't compete.
Right.
And so some of it has to be an educational thing, because they will enforce those rules, because now it's like when Burke had to forfeit those games at district, remember?
Yep.
At Sharif's senior.
Yeah.
And then now everybody's just going to tell, right? It's
right.
It gets personal. So I could see people watching real closely with when season starts and what team you're taking where and what you're participating in. It's going to be dicey for a little while for eligibility.
Well, it's I heard a story the other day, Columbus Lakeview had an all-state running back. This is a few years ago, and he was at a county fair or something, and they had a punt, pass, and kick deal, and there wasn't anyone in it. There was only a handful of people, and the kid was just there, and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a whirl. No big deal, right? And then they got turned in for it, and he had to miss the last game of the season because he got turned in for just kind of being there, right? It's not malicious, right?
What do you think the spirit of the rule is?
Yeah, what's the goal there?
Versus the intent?
Yeah, I don't know, because as someone that, is for kids and wants them to have opportunities to play in college.
The summers are spent at events like this for you.
Yeah. So I do kind of have a little bit of an issue, but in season, I get it. It's probably not
but
okay.
When would you have time? Would volleyball go do a weekend showcase? I guess they could, right?
During the school year?
Yeah. I guess they could, right? You could have a weekend softball.
Yeah, but how do you
do a weekend deal?
Yeah, softball plays every damn day for 2 months. So
I'm just telling you how the schedule breaks down.
I know. I just look at how could you do it, right? How could you? Hey, I don't know why anyone would put one on in the middle of the season though. But there are So in Nebraska's case, softball is a fall sport. Right? Soccer soccer is the one like outlier. Soccer in Nebraska is a spring sport, and that is very rare for like across the country. It's normally a fall sport everywhere else. So like, maybe you get mixed up in the wrong, thinking the wrong thing or something like that. I could see, but hey, you know what? When it's high school sports season, maybe just stick with your team.
Where I could see it maybe being an issue is with golf.
Oh yeah. I guess the thing I'm having trouble with here, Mike, is like we're talking about out of regular high school competitive season with the baseball thing, right? So like, what's the spirit of that rule, or does it just apply unilaterally and they never made the exceptions? Because if I'm playing Legion ball and I'm trying to get recruited and I'm trying to get noticed, going to a perfect game event or a Preps baseball report event, like I feel like that could help me out. How is that an unfair competitive advantage for me or my team that I'm just trying to go do an extra showcase? It's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's not during the high school season. It's an extra thing anyway. Technically, these Legion teams are outside of, I know they're associated with high schools, but they're outside of the high school system anyway. Like, what's the point of that? I don't really understand how that could benefit a player in terms of a single game in like a state tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Legion, this is the crux of it. Legion is trying to fight back against the travel ball.
Yeah,
that's what it is. They're trying to.
That's you just got to cut through the chase.
So it's
it's the whole prospecting, like it. Yeah. I mean, this thing is about to come to a head. They danced around it for the last 4 or 5 years.
Because the marketing, that's all it is. Is that am I understanding correctly?
And I think Legion has had a hard time garnering support.
I think so too. On a national level, like there are states that just don't have Legion baseball anymore. Like just because travel ball is a thing is like taken over and all that, and Legion's kind of like they just slowly kind of withering away a little bit from a Legion baseball, and so they're just trying to protect their I don't know, brand is the word, but they're just trying to protect it. And I don't know if they can anymore because I think it's so far down the line. So that's why that rule is in place, because they don't want kids playing for travel ball clubs and Legion clubs, and they want to make a decision.
It wasn't even an option when we were playing. Like we won our Legion title a couple of times, and it was like the best thing ever. And we did a couple of fundraisers, and you could play, right? I don't know what I would have done if Legion wasn't really an option. And I mean, somebody would have had to scholarship me if I wanted to play,
right?
Showcase, prospect. Like, I don't know. I'd be SOL.
Yeah, and it's just a,
but I've seen it work too, right? Their social media game and getting guys' attention and recruited, like it's a machine now.
Yeah, and that's the biggest piece of it, right? Like parents want their kids to have opportunities to play in college, and frankly, like college coaches aren't going to a Legion game because
and recruiting high school baseball guys is different.
It's different. Like there are opportunities to go play places.
It's different,
especially if you have a little bit of money and can pay part of your way.
Right. Yeah, because it's not full scholarship stuff.
Yeah, like there's a lot of opportunities in baseball that. Yeah, I honestly have a really hard time with this.
The context to the Lincoln Southwest thing is a little different because I mean he just pitched. You could make the case he shouldn't have pitched anyway for Southwest that day, right? Like if you really want to poke holes there, you could say, well, why was he pitching anyway?
Sure,
I mean, just threw and
right.
I think they were up anyway. Right? Weren't they winning?
I don't know that. Yeah,
I think
you're right. I think they were.
I think they were up. So I mean, there's lots of. Were they mad because it was unnecessary? I don't know, and I'm not gonna pretend with what happens with parents, but it was avoidable. To answer what I think you're getting at is, I think it is I think it going back and forth between the sport. It's personal.
It's personal and petty. Is what it feels like.
Also, I'll say this about Papio South: like they're closed.
I'm very reluctant to use petty because I don't know enough.
Okay,
I just don't know enough.
Papio South is a closed school, right? Like really hard. Like you got to basically move in there to transfer there. So they're trying to fight against that a little bit. So I think that's a school culture thing.
I don't know if this is true or not, but between Papio, we talked about the boundaries and the districting and all that. You know, I think they have to go 1-for-1 now. Students between the schools.
So for yes.
Papio, wow.
Yes. If someone wants to transfer into, either Papillion La Vista High Monarchs or Papio South Titans, there is a line. And if you live above, if your address is above, like, I think it's Lincoln Road, is that in Papillion, the road? Yep. If you live north of that, then you have to go to Papio, like Monarchs.
Yeah, I just got it. They were up and didn't need to. This is a different story I'm reading. Yeah.
So like that. So that's like their district is just saying if you live above, that road, if your address is that, no matter what, like if you're, let's say, a kid from Omaha North and you want to transfer to Papio South, you have to physically move south of Lincoln Road. Or you're going to go to Papio High.
I still think it just, at first blush, man, it just seems like they should do those redistricting lines.
Well, when the third Papillion school comes, that'll be interesting because there's going to be a third one. They already have the land and stuff, and that's going to be like south of 370, but way east, like 36, 42nd, something like.
Oh, so like borderline Bellevue almost.
Yeah. So like my cousin lived south of 370 off of 36th Street South, and he went to Papillion La Vista High because that was their district.
That's a long drive.
It's a really long drive.
Because Coach Huffman and Coach Pecours, they live
over there.
Yeah, they live in between 36 and 42nd, right off of 370.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I would have thought that was Bellevue because you're closer to Bellevue West at that point.
No, yeah.
No, the funny thing about that is Coach Pecourski started at Papio. He has Papio roots, and so that I didn't know that was a Papio thing.
I didn't either. I didn't realize you were Papio over there. I assumed it was Bellevue. I assumed everything east of like 48th was Bellevue.
I think Quail Creek or Quail Hollow or something is the neighborhood. That's my cousin lived, like, my aunt and uncle live there still.
I will say in the scenes, at least for some schools, doesn't appear to be everywhere, but like at least for us, they're exercising the one opt-in rule too, right? If you've already had one opt-in, you can pretty much forget about it.
See, that's I guess there's an article that's going to come out soon from an outlet that talked to me for an hour about transfers and all this. And that's what I said, like, hey, how do you fix the thing was, how do you fix it or whatever was one of the questions. And I said, I don't know if you do. I also said, I think part of the conversation too was thinking that, all these coaches are recruiting people and da-da-da. I'm like, no, like that's not what's happening. But in that conversation, I did say, hey, they like go back to the old college rules and say you get one transfer, that's it. Like say like one-time transfer rule, and boom. Like once you do that in high school, you're done. If not, and I've been this way forever. I'm a proponent of 180-day rule. But if you have a May 1st deadline, it doesn't matter.
My answer would be one freebie and then 180-day sit rule. Because you said, well, why? Because I understand how education works with tax-based revenues. And so if I'm a mom or I'm a dad and I'm at school X and I don't like the opportunities that are afforded my young person versus school blank, in public education, as long as it's like that, you cannot deny me the opportunity to go to that school. Now, you can tell me I can't participate in extracurriculars, but you don't want that lawsuit.
Yeah, no.
And you don't want that lawsuit. So as long as you can do it academically,
And what's the spirit of it, right? You can choose the wrong school once. Now, chances are, if you choose it twice, that's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the you problem.
But
give him a chance.
You can pick the wrong school once, and it could just not work. Sometimes you just need a scenery change.
And all the people that, to your point, Damon, all the people that are like, oh, just go back to neighborhood schools. Like it should just be
stop talking to those people.
But no, listen to me. You can't. It's a state law.
They just don't. It's like
it's literally a state legislature law. And it's not the NSAA.
Unless you don't believe in DSEG.
Yeah. The NSAA doesn't have anything to do with that state law. Like
unless you don't believe in DSEG, which
there might be some of those out there too.
That might be why some schools aren't open.
But but that's those people that want to go back to just go to the school. The people that say that all the time, and it's like it's not the NSAA can't do anything about it, and I can almost guarantee you that the Nebraska state legislature wants nothing to do with going down that road of changing that state law and saying, no, you can't have open option enrollment. They don't want to mess with that. They don't care. Like, frankly, they don't care. And good luck trying to get that changed if you want to do it. It's just not going to happen. So
when was Brown versus the Board of Education? That was like 64.
Yeah. Like we're just not. We're not. That ship has sailed and will never come back. The like go to your neighborhood school thing. That's just not happening. It's just never going to happen. And it shouldn't, to be honest. So like, I don't know. I'm a dad. And if I'd
rock with the one freebie and then 180.
Yeah. That's what I think is the best solution. I just think that's a way to curb it, but you still have the May 1st transfer deadline. So it doesn't really matter because you're going to always have the May 1st transfer deadline as long as there's open enrollment is a state law. So maybe it'll curb a little bit of it, but you're still going to have the like May 1 deadline. If you want to transfer, you can transfer.
That's Mike Sautter, Hurrdat Sports, NEBPreps. Mike, we'll see you out at the course.
Yeah. Rico, if he wants to try and take down the champ again today in bags, good luck, bud. Kicked his ass yesterday after he talked.
Is this official? Shit. Are you guys stepping off the distance the whole 9?
Whatever they were set up as. I just know that when I said, hey, those are bags games, can we play them? Rico goes, yeah, you want your ass kicked? What happened?
He kind of low-key runs it, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Rico runs his mouth a lot.
Yeah. What happened, though? What happened, big dog? Yeah. Get your ass. I think it was. We only played to 11. And
glasses? Are those pink? Wait, Rico, come back. Where was my man at? I think my man was rocking pink
I think
shades.
Those are orange. Those are
the orange ones.
He is a stone cold trip.
Those are the
hey,
what's wrong with him?
Rico, you want some heat today again? Bring it on, brother.
Sir, I am trying to work.
Yeah, good excuse.
We got to get Rico a microphone. That sounded terrible. All right, we're taking a break.
Right.
Get out of here, Mike. We'll talk.
Bye.
Oh, shoot.
I'd say it's helping me get to where I want to be as a player. You got those 5 guys that are going out there with the first team, and then you got 2 or 3 more that rotate in, and they're all high-level, high-experienced players. They've seen a lot. They've played against very talented people that are coming here before me, but it's been the difference for me this camp, going up against them, getting to sharpen my edges, sharpen my tools every single day. I'll get the best of them, they get the best of me. I believe Rocco said it the other day, but it's kind of our motto, iron sharpens iron, and it's been a blessing because I was literally just talking to Henry about it in the locker room. I was like, hey, I want to sit down with you and see what you see when we're out there and it's 3rd and long or whatever, and I'm getting ready to rush. What do you see from me, like stuff I need to work on? And so just hearing that feedback from them, but then also just getting out there and going after it, going after them coming after me every play, it gets you better.
Same thing. Same like I said before. Like the guys are learning the plays really fast. Like Cade is coming along. Even though Tyson's hurt, he's learning the plays. He knows what he's doing. Even though he's not playing, he's getting his mental reps. Same thing for Malcolm. So the young guys are coming along. They're going to help us when they come back.
Do you feel the difference with that lost weight? Do you feel quicker, slimmer?
A little bit, yeah. Losing weight is mainly so that I can have more stamina, because I was like, my stamina was bad when I was real heavy, so that's really the main reason why.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live. Now let's find out what Matt Vrzal is better at: telling stories or making pizza.
Matt.
Matt's an exceptional young man.
Matt Vrzal.
Happy birthday, Matt.
You know, Matt, he's a tremendous athlete.
Matt Vrzal.
Come on, Matt, I'm with you.
You know, like Matt Vrzal, you're one of the sexiest people in the world, but you're not one of the most beautiful. How does that happen?
Here is Matt Vrzal.
All right, Matt, thank you very much.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by our Friday friend, Matt Vrzal, former Husker and owner of Piezon's Pizzeria. What's up, Verz?
What is up, fuckers? What are you doing?
Just trying to make it, man. We're going through protection calls and running back pickups and all sorts of things. And I kind of want to stay right there with what happened to Anthony Richardson and proper call protection versus looks and stuff. As an offensive line guy, how many protections do you think are reasonable at, let's just start age group? Let's start in college. How many pass protections do you think are reasonable to be ran at a fairly higher proficient level?
I mean, much like kind of 99% of coaches do now, is they overcomplicate it. How many protections? Okay, so big on big, probably got a slide left, a slide right. I don't know what else you can really, like, you got your rollouts.
I guess you could have some sort of fan protection, like inside out.
No, that's just going to be. So you're saying just leave the ends,
or
like,
Maddie, let's say you have a backer mugging.
Yeah. That's a backs problem. That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's part of the discussion. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry, keep going. But yeah, what you just said is part of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, we don't. Again, I'll hop on my little soapbox. We don't teach kids scheme. We teach kids go block that guy. So if you teach scheme, then say you're in an even front and I'm the center. Okay, well, I have no value here. And this middle linebacker now has approached me. I'm not going to block him though because it's not my role. No, I'm free. I'm a free man. So I can hand signal the back. Don't worry about this, buddy. I'm going to save you a lick here. I got him. But we don't teach that. We teach you block that guy. We teach Rob Saska football. Well, he moved. so I went out to block him. Yeah, he went to a different, like, completely different location. It's not a robot game. It's a free flow game. But it's all kind of who you want your free guy to be. It just depends. I will put the onus of the game in the lineman's hands all the time. I will take it out of a back attempting to block, unless Frank Solich coaches them. And yeah, so I mean, you can have infinity blocking schemes with little minute changes. It's why I have the discussion with you about all the different offensive blocking schemes. Right? Just keep that simple with basic rules. I don't care what you call the play. You can call it your fancy names, but at the end of the day, it's just basics of football, and you can make the game a whole bunch easier just by simplifying things.
So we had 70s, we had 90s.
Yep.
What other passing series do we have? I can't remember. Not counting play action.
500.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So then you had now. It depends on what you want to call.
That's three right there.
Yep. But everything else was play action. 43 dive pass, 2 lay flat, your boots, your ISO passes. And
so maybe it was more complicated than I'm giving it credit for. Not for you guys, but
bootleg.
Yeah.
Option pass.
Because this is on the heels of hearing Coach Rule last week. He was talking about, simplifying just a couple of schemes, pass protections, and going with that. One of the things that he liked about Dana. And I think sometimes people hear that and they're like, well, why wouldn't you always do that? But to your point earlier about doing too much, like you get these exotic looks, right? And sometimes OCs still want to keep their matchups. So you tag things all the time. I just think that's part of the game. The fine line is figuring out how much is too much, right?
But if I boil things down to rules, everything becomes very simple. If in a week, you tell your backs, say you're going to have the widest rushing backer. The lineman will take care of all the inside. So anything outside of the tackle is your problem. Anything inside of the tackle is our problem. If you get no threat, come back and help. Like now I have a rule. If for the lineman, it's like, okay, we got the inside this week. Center, if we're in an empty, then you're going to have to probably flare and look outside just in case they bring some kind of, we get a feint from the middle linebacker. He drops back into the coverage, but they send a corner and outside backer. You're going to have to bail on that. You see really good centers do that sometimes. It's pretty awesome. But it's simplification that's why I've always liked what Holgorsen does. It looks crazy complex, but it's very simple. And here's the thing. If your defense wants to give a whole bunch of fancy looks, guess what the great neutralizer in that is?
Run the ball.
A hot read.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, you still have to kind of know where it's coming from, though.
That's perfect. If you have 4 guys overloaded on one side where I have 2 blockers in a back, guess where I'm throwing at? The next closest receiver to you. Most throw it right in the face of your pressure, and then you can go chase.
Okay.
I'm going to turn my back to it, because if it does get home, that's going to hurt. But I'm getting rid of it. Or if you're going, here's a great one that I love too. If you got a ton of outside pressure and you're in gun, just check the quarterback, and he goes under center. It's like, oh man, we got this whole thing committed outside, and now we just went under center. Now we got to revamp everything. We got to hope everybody gets the call, and sometimes offense is like, with all the tags and things, the play becomes like a novel. It's like, hey man, these dudes ain't got that.
That is why there's so much verbiage.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Instead of just saying, hey, they may do this. If they get into this look, which they've shown they like to do this against this formation, because I'm a coach and I've scouted this, we're just going to chuck it right here real fast, and everybody blocks. And look at us go. But you are correct in your first statement. Running it is always better.
So, Verz, let me ask you this. When you're dealing with some of these shifts in protection, things like that, as an offensive lineman, would you rather say like the center be the one making that call, or
I think
do you
get two? That's a good question.
Or do you want to rely on the quarterback to see what's happening and make the adjustments from there?
No, I do not want the quarterback making that call.
Don't you want him to? But it doesn't hurt you if he may tag the back after you guys get your calls.
He just needs to hear the call.
If he can.
And that's why the center and the QB. That's why the center and the QB need to be kind of in lockstep. He needs to hear the call, and then he has absolutely. If he doesn't like it, he can then say something. But just let the lineman make the call.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you can hand signal stuff back to him, like what we're doing if it's loud out. You remember when they got those? Did you get those sweet noise canceling earpieces?
Yeah, I told a funny story, and I only told it once. We had them custom done at the bowl game, and this was a totally different discussion, Maddie. We were talking about like all five senses and running backs having a feel. This was how the conversation started, and I was like, "Yeah," I said to that point. I remember when in '94 when we got those earbuds, and we took time after practice, and you got them built, and they gave them to you in a little box like you just won a state championship ring or something. Mm-hmm. And I remember I kept them in about 6 plays because I think on the 6th I got ear holed so bad. Because I couldn't feel where I felt like the traffic was coming from. Like I felt like my sense of my surroundings were compromised because I couldn't hear. Do you know what I mean? Like I hated them.
Yeah.
Because
for the linemen they were great because all of the
I couldn't feel
screaming and yelling like beside you was filtered out from the fans, and it was freaky, but all you could hear was the guys next to you.
Dude, those were sweet though. Like they were. People advertise
Nebraska did some stuff.
These little Bluetooth things as noise canceling, and they're really not. Man, those jokers were noise canceling.
Even like when we practiced with them, they play the crowd noise on Thursdays.
Yeah.
All you could hear was like the other. It was freaky. They were cool, but
I couldn't run like that.
So, Verz, if you're having the center make the call, how well can they see, like, let's say you've got a corner blitz or a guy you think might be coming on a corner blitz.
That's where the rules matter.
Okay. Like, how well can you see that from the offensive line spot?
Tackle's going to give a call.
Okay, so the tackle has to relay that in?
Once tackle gets 2 threats, he's got to give you a call.
Okay.
And then if you want to, you can.
So it's not all on the center to see everything. He has to get information from the tackles as well.
The center's going to assess the initial look. Like, nothing of this is static. Like, everybody has.
I agree.
He's going to look at it and say, okay, we got a 2 high safety look. We got 3 linebackers. Here's our start call, boys. Boom. Okay? This is what we're doing right now. If nothing changes, if they play vanilla-based defense, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Guard now gets a linebacker threat. Guard has a call. Right? So now the guy backs out. Now the tackle has a threat. So now the tackle has a call. They all 5 have to work in unison and see the picture the same way.
So, Maddie, let me ask you something. I love this just because we do this sometimes, and you always wonder if it's necessary or not. You guys always start with your basic count, right? Whether it's 5 for 5 or slide or whatever. Does the way that people kind of sometimes use those dogs where D-line drop into coverage, does it mess with your count or not? Or is it just you have a set number and it doesn't matter who that specific number is? Like if my forward technique drops in the coverage, but say that outside linebacker comes, the number is still the same. So do us defensive guys just do that for confusion, or because we think you guys can't count, or like how does that work?
You can't view it as the position, because something leaves, something else is coming, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So those two are the same. They're the same person. They just switched jobs.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I can get to the point now where instead of blocking a 4-eye, I'm blocking outside linebacker, and that 4-eye is in coverage, there's a reason that 4-eye isn't in coverage, and it ain't because he's agile.
Yeah, something's leaving.
He's down with his hand in the dirt for a reason. So now if I just trust my technique, I keep my feet moving, I keep my hand position good, I've now picked up your slick little blitz where you drop the defensive lineman into coverage. And now I have a 4-4 guy on a 4-7 guy. Advantage me.
Okay.
It's not in. There's the pieces move. We get like you're I tell them all the time. You're never going to chase a defensive lineman down the field.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
He wants to go in reverse. You let him go in reverse with the 3rd and 8.
Because I think this happened. And you and I were talking about a game, and you were like, "Man, those double A gap blitzes." And I know. Don't say the game, but do you remember what I was talking about? You remember what we were talking about with like inside run game and double A gap blitzes? So, how do you when you're treating something like guys walk up into the line of scrimmage? You're either inside out or big on big or whatever it is, and those guys don't come. Linemen just know how to recalibrate on the fly, right? That's part of like your blitz pickup and all that other stuff, right? So why is it that when it's staring you dead in the face, two guys mugging, they both come, that it sometimes works? Is it just simply communication?
Lack of execution.
Okay.
Like there's in the part of this where everybody wants to skate, the quarterback's responsible for one. You have to be responsible for one of them. If you're if you're in one back, the back has got to be responsible.
If it's 5 out, I could see a QB needing to be responsible for the free rusher.
Right.
Yeah.
But the QB on every play is responsible for somebody. Like they don't just get to skate. Like protections, sometimes the sacks that come are also the quarterback is to blame.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We've held it too long. We didn't see our hot read. You know, we'll take it. We got broad shoulders. We will take the blame. But in film work, you better go look at that. You better say, "Hey, dog, I held that a little bit long," or "Hey, dog, I missed that hot route. Won't happen again. That's on me. But thanks for taking that one for me." Like you can't average holding the ball for 5 seconds in football.
And quick,
if you want to throw.
Right? Yeah. You're like, "Hey, man, this is 90s protection, 91, 93. You held that thing for 5 seconds. It ain't going to work."
And for those listening, 90 is just a 3-step drop. Yeah. But we ain't, like, there's nobody that's holding pass pro for 5 seconds. Nobody.
Especially today.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the dudes at the ends and that are coming off the edges are freaks. Like, they're genetic freaks created in a lab. Like, we ain't that. But we're smart, and we're going to have good angles. We're going to get in the way, but you best get rid of the ball if you don't want to get hit. AK, AR, getting smoked last night.
Yeah. He screwed that
That's
up.
a you problem to keep it in Damon terms.
Yeah.
When you get to film and AR's got his ribs bandaged up, Shane Steichen's going to look at him and be like, "That was a you problem, dog." Like,
put his finger back together and be like, "Yeah, AR, that's avoidable."
Probably need you to get that hot out there, bud.
They're bringing one more than we got. You know where they blitzed from? You should have thrown it right in the face of it and got a first down. Yeah. But you didn't. And you got hit because of it. So.
Wow.
But that's a great motivator. If you don't want to get smoked again, guess what you're going to do next time? You're going to do a better job of assessing that blitz and hit the hot route.
You like all your fingers pointing in the same direction.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes. You don't want to look like Ray Nitschke when you point at the camera. You're going to throw that thing next time. You don't want Chuck Bednarik hand. You're going to let that baby rip.
Wow. All right.
If you want to point north, and your fingers facing west, that's a you problem.
Tough crowd. All right, Matty, try to behave yourself.
Well, why tough crowd though? Because we hold all the lines to this high standard of we're always to play. Why can't we do that with the QB?
No, we can. I'm partial to the bent finger crew.
Oh, the pretty ones. You don't want to do ugly work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Birds, we appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you next week.
See you fuckers.
Bye, buddy.
That's our guy, Matt Vrzal, former Husker owner of Piezons. Don't forget, whether you're looking for lighthearted advice or vetted experts or want to learn on your own, Central Federal Credit Union has the financial education resources for you right at your fingertips. It all starts at centrusfcu.org. Go check it out. to learn how they can help you reach your financial goals through financial education and their financial education center in Rich. CentrusFCU.org, federally insured by NCUA. That's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Come out to Pinnacle Bank Championship presented by Woodhouse today and come hang out with us out at Hole 17. That's where the Hurrdat crew will be all weekend long. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Come hang out. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.